correct.
In the worst case, someone else is about to get a lot of content.
I've had bad luck with going to the correct streaming platform these days.
Somehow you accidentally started streaming on Mixer, and everyone was like, what the fuck?
How did you bring the website back? I have my ways.
Markiplier is just an anagram for Mixer's back.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I have been spelling that wrong.
Mixer?
Markiplier. If that's an anagram for that, I've definitely been spelling it wrong.
For 10 years?
Yeah, well.
Did you forget capital G-A-M-E at the end?
Fuck, you know what? You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget my lord or Mark's game.
I just Googled my name because I was trying to see how it was spelled, I guess. I don't know. And
The only one?
I don't know, just like there's this one article from 2 hours ago, how Markiplier live streamed his most, quote, unbelievable injury, and I'm like, what did I do? When did I do that?
It was trending a couple weeks ago that you were dead.
That's always trending that I'm dead.
Oh.
You don't remember streaming that horrific injury you're currently recovering from? You gotta get your life in check, man. You gotta get it under control.
The unbelievable injury Markiplier went through affected none other than his, quote, tootsies, which is ironic considering his propensity towards foot-themed humor. What?
You know. You're
all right, I'm
all
gonna
about those feet.
I'm gonna go live. I don't want to miss this Markiplier foot content.
Okay, so in the article, it's when it says foot-themed humor, there's a hyperlink, and it goes to this IMDb page of an episode of Unis Honest that is A Tale of Two Tootsies, and that's it. That's my propensity towards foot-themed humor. MLA format, sources cited. I have foot-themed humor.
Sounds legit to me.
Yeah. Okay.
I
anyway,
mean,
that's what
I've
I
always
like
thought
to
you incorporated a lot of I almost said pediatric. That's not the thing. Podiatry-related humor.
Yeah.
But
pretty close.
please don't do
Your
pediatric humor. Please don't do that. That's
I'll
not
try
good.
to. I'll try.
Kindergartners, am I right?
This is. I'll never forget when we were learning how to do improv and we decided to do pediatric humor.
Is that better or worse than geriatric humor?
Oh, way worse.
Way worse.
Okay.
So much worse.
Yeah. Everyone's agreed. We
All
all
right.
know the truth.
Well, we're all live now. I suppose I should do some sort of intro.
Mm-hmm.
Explaining myself.
Yeah.
Hello, welcome to a charity stream. There's probably an overlay. There's probably a panel down below or a command in chat. We are here raising money for the Winton Woods Educational Foundation. Chat, viewers, gentle viewers. The Winton Woods Educational Foundation is a nonprofit organization that supports, funds even, with grants, educational opportunities for students in the Winton Woods School District, Winton Woods City School District. That is a school district on the north side of Cincinnati, northwest, I think, technically. It's in the suburbs. It is a historically diverse school district. And the Educational Foundation supports a wide range of things. Basically anything that the district is not going to fund, the Educational Foundation is here for that. They have funded performances from Shakespeare in the Park Company at Winton Woods schools. They have funded things like students being able to participate in the version of the stock market game, where you're given, an amount of money and you have to buy stocks and learn how investing works and learn about interest rates and things. And it is a great organization that is basically trying to create more immersive, more engaging, and more enriching educational opportunities for students. They're also currently trying to outfit a brand new auditorium They built a new auditorium over the last year, but it's in need of a lot of equipment. The auditorium is the rehearsal space for a lot of the school's music ensembles, the orchestra, choir. It's the performance space, obviously, for those same ensembles. They put on a musical every year. There are, stage performances. It's used for assemblies. It's sort of a hub of the school. It's the auditorium. If you went to school in a place that had an auditorium, you probably know. You go there all the time for assemblies, pep rallies, whatever. So they're currently trying to outfit it with upgrade and fix some lighting. There are some dark spots on the stage that just currently don't have lighting.
You just don't stand in those spots when you're doing the play.
You just kind of can't use that part of the stage. So that's pretty important. They're trying to create outfit it with a communication system, so people up in the back who are running things like lights and sound can communicate with people down on the stage. They have one that's very old and apparently completely stopped working in recent times, and they need equipment for building scenes, tools, hardware. School is expensive, honestly. I am constantly shocked the more I hear stories about teachers literally paying out of their own pocket for supplies. Teachers who already don't get paid enough, who are already leaving in droves after the last 2 years of teaching on Zoom and trying to figure out what the hell is going on and trying to manage their own safety as well as the safety of their students during a global pandemic. They're literally spending their own paychecks on markers, paper, folders, whatever their students need, because teachers are just trying to give their students the best education they can. And because they care. If you're still a teacher, if you went to school and went through everything and saw what it was like and did your student teaching and still became a teacher, it's because you love kids or you care about their education, or probably both, because the job is hard and it's gotten so much harder. So that's what we're raising money for. Money that goes to the Winton Woods Educational Foundation will be buying supplies and things for after-school activities, enrichment activities, bringing in groups that would otherwise be completely unaffordable or inaccessible. It's a great organization, and, we've probably benefited from similar organizations in our lives. I know I did. Our school had fundraisers and stuff that paid for very cool things that would not have been affordable on a school system budget.
I gotta throw this out there too. This is so random because I didn't even realize this till after Bob had asked us to join today. But my sister is also a teacher there, and I didn't know that it was the same school until a couple days ago. I was like, that something sounds very familiar here.
Yeah, I didn't know that at all. I assumed she taught in the area where you guys live. You're sort of on the east, I don't know, whatever. You don't live near Winton Woods. You live elsewhere in Cincinnati.
It's a little bit of
I had
a drive,
no idea.
yeah, but it's such a small world sometimes. You pulled that school up, and I was like, huh, must be one not in Ohio, right? I was like, nope, that's it. No,
That's the one.
There must be multiple of them, right? No, so I don't know, cool little thing, and yeah, everything you're saying, rings very true from what I've heard. So good cause, good school. Kids always need as much support as they can get in schools because for some reason teachers and schools were just like, someone else will cover it.
Yeah,
It's not true.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes with funding education. Someone else will get it, even though it's the responsibility of the community to do so, and the authoritating bodies who decide where the money goes. But we're here to make up for their lack of initiative. Something like
Hey, well, they're great job, administrators. But honestly, I don't know. School funding is a weird thing because it's not like they don't get any money, and it's not like they get enough. It's not like schools are embezzling a bunch of money, like all the superintendents are stealing it. Schools could use more funding all around. I'm sure, but people get so up in arms about like, oh, my kid's education, what they're using old out of date textbook. Like, yeah, well, who do you think is supposed to pay for that? I don't know.
I remember
you're all like, I don't want to pay any taxes, but I want my kids to have top-notch education.
Yeah, I remember every time Milford tried to do some kind of a fundraiser or a booster or like any kind of like bill, a government like you vote
like
on
school
it.
levies and stuff.
School levy, that's what it's called. And just every single time, they could put up statistics about like we got like 50 kids crammed in a classroom meant for 2, and they're literally floor to ceiling. The teacher just stands outside the window and screams the lesson in. It's like, no new schools, none, can't have that. We won't have that. And then just like nonstop. Why is my kid so dumb?
What?
I don't know.
Why is my kid so terrible and dumb? I blame you.
Do you remember whenever they would talk about the different funding and stuff? They needed like, oh, they need supplies. We need this. We have to cut like some after-school programs and sports and stuff. And everyone's like, we don't care. We don't care. And every time that they got so desperate, they're like, all right, no busing. They're like, you have to give your kids a ride to school. Kids a ride to school. Take our money. That's when they would get funding.
I have to spend one more minute with that little shit. Oh, my mornings are peaceful.
My morning is my me time.
Yeah.
That's how we got funding finally, was they were like, guys, look, we're so desperate. We have no money left. The kids are basically just sitting on the floor and eating leftover cockroaches. We don't care. And you'll have to drive them to school. Drive them to school!
I remember those cockroaches.
Cockroaches go stale so fast.
Yeah.
Leftover cockroaches are the
you want
worst.
Monday cockroaches. You don't want Friday cockroaches. They're bad by then.
Cockroach day though, I used to love with fresh cockroaches. Nothing wrong with that.
I'd see the truck pulling in, and I had just a big cockroach on the side of it. And I'd be like, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, I'm gonna be first
and it
in
saves so
line.
much on labor. They scurry out of the truck right into the pot all on their own.
It was
I love
fun.
it.
You like catch the extras, and that was like bonus crunch. You know? Good times, good times.
Yeah.
You guys remember bobbing for cockroaches? That was good.
that was the fair every before homecoming. They have like the pep fair thing, and it's like you go and you throw rocks at a wall, you bob for cockroaches, and you could paint with your own blood.
Yeah. Didn't they call that life skills or something? Was that the class was called?
Life skills.
Life skills.
School is not a place to be learning life skills. Okay, wait.
That's why we only had one class about it ever.
We did. Oh man, there's no way we're gonna be able to read everyone's donations. But thank you for the donations. We're already at $1,697 raised. I mean, 1,007. They're gonna keep going up. But thank you. Izzy Pop, Sally, Heather, Marie,
Really
Brandon.
scary if they went down.
Dude, if they start going down, I swear. Thank you, everyone, for donating. Don't forget, you can donate $25 or more. There's an incentive where you can submit a question. We will be doing a Q&A, kind of like you do at like conventions and stuff, at the end of this first segment. And we won't be able to answer all the questions necessarily, but we will try to answer as many as possible. Also, you can vote in a poll for a topic that we will cover during this first portion. This stream is basically going to be like a classic 3Peens stream. This first part, we can talk about anything we want. Soldier Boy's cousin, anything we want.
Soldier Boy you want.
I mean,
anything Soldier Boy related.
That'll fill the 2 hours until the question submission locks, which actually locks in 1 hour and 38 minutes. So if you want to get your question in, donate a minimum of $25 and you can lock it in. We are guaranteed to answer it.
Guaranteed to look at it and decide whether or not we have too many questions to answer.
We're going to be here for a very long time if it's only 25 and it's guaranteed.
Look, it's guaranteed. Our eyeballs will look at it.
But yeah, the topics you can donate over, I don't have them up because that's a different page. But one of them is times we got away with breaking the rules, which, sounds fun, right? One of them is who were your most interesting friends in school. I envision that one kind of like describing our friend group as if it was like the cast of a movie or a TV show.
Oh, sure, yeah.
really pigeonhole your friends. You know, and the one that's currently winning is, what was our favorite school art or science project? Could be anything. Could be
I've got
after
a good one for
school.
that.
Could be in school.
Yeah.
But make sure you get your votes in, because art and science project is winning by a wide lead, but that can change.
That could change at any moment.
I have a fun project I worked on. I hope that one wins.
I didn't like any of my school projects. I hate school.
Yeah, I've got memorable ones. I don't have favorite ones.
Oh, I've got an awkward story and a great project all enrolled in one memory.
Wow.
Enrolled? I guess I've got school in the brain. All rolled up in one.
They're all enrolled
enrolled.
for classes in one semester. Ha, sorry, school terms.
The poll is at the donation link. The donation link is right below my face down there if you're on desktop. On mobile, I don't know how you get it, but I think it'll be linked in chat by the delightful moderators
Yes.
who have set up,
probably.
I think, a command to do it. But I don't know.
Probably. Right? Moderators.
Yeah, moderators.
You set it up, right?
Yeah, they did. They definitely did.
Okay, good. Or you're going to be in big trouble.
All right. So do we talk about a preamble conversation that's not related to those topics? When do we decide
we can talk
what
about
wins?
we can talk about anything. I figured we'd talk for a while, and at some point I'll close that poll, and there will be a winner, and that maybe will be the last or one of the last things we talk about. For now, it's anything we want.
Anything we want. All right.
Anything.
I got an article that just jumped out at me.
Okay. You just popped out.
YouTube influencer who faked his own death reportedly just fell 3 stories out of balcony.
Dang.
Yeah.
Intentionally or accidentally?
Yeah, is this fake too? Is this fake as well? Oh no,
Yeah.
it's serious. God damn. Why would you fake your own death, number 1? And then number 2, what situation was he in that he was at a 3rd-story balcony to fall out of? I've read horror stories about balconies in general. They are...
Well, we
What?
we had a classmate who passed away by falling off of I don't know if it was 3rd story, but fell off a balcony.
Oh yeah. No, and I'm talking about like balconies just in general. If they're not built up to code, they are death traps. Like balconies just like this jutting out. Have you ever seen like a modern apartment complex with like this huge balconies? There's one where down in this area of LA called Playa Vista. Across the street, there's a building, like it's an office building, but the entire top story office juts out maybe like 50 feet. And the only supports are like these tiny little, comparatively tiny little steel poles that don't go straight under it. No, because that would not look chic and sleek. They are like at a 60-degree angle from the adjacent wall. You ever play like Bridge Builder? And you like put support structs that are not gonna fly.
Yeah, you're playing it for content, not to build a good bridge.
Exactly, and you're like, I can't attach this to anything else, so it's got to go against the wall that's like all the way on the other side over there. That's what it looks like. I don't trust balconies. I don't like balconies. I don't ever want to touch a balcony.
Dude, balconies are terrifying. I'm a tall person, so I'm pretty high over the handrails, but like I've been on a cruise ship before. Those balconies are the most terrifying.
Oh my god.
And it's built in a way where it's like you'd have to really try to fall off. The cruise ship balcony is like extra tall. It slants in away from the edge, right? So you're not even close to the edge, but still, you just look out and it's like if you're anywhere up on the cruise ship where the balconies are, you're like 10 stories above the water.
Yeah.
All that's down there is ocean. All I can, like, it's supposed to be fun. You're supposed to go out there and lay on a chair and be like, ah, sun, the breeze. I'm out there and I'm just like, what if I get drunk and then I stand up and then a wind blows and then I slip and like, my brain is just like, that's the ocean. You're gonna go in the ocean.
Yeah, my
balconies
god.
are terrifying, man.
It's not even just like the ocean, because the ocean scares me enough. But I just know that if I fall off any boat, somehow my body is going to be sucked under straight to the propeller, and I'm going to be chopped up to bits. Like,
absolutely.
And a cruise ship, giant propeller. Those things are, how big are cruise ship propellers?
It's like a football field or something. I have no idea.
Oh my god, there's a picture here of it with a guy. I'm gonna put this in the Discord. You guys can put this up wherever you want. Let me see if I can.
Holy crap! Yeah, no, I'm
I
seeing the
know.
pictures.
Yeah, this thing is goddamn humongous. Look at this thing. That's one
yeah.
dude.
Show me a good picture. Just show me that. No, don't open the link. Open the picture. Open the picture in a new tab. Come on. There we go.
Maybe that guy's just really short. And it's a normal sized motor.
I mean, I guess.
Okay, some of these are way more crazy than the others. Holy.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, so what it says if you Google that is 20 feet tall, which I feel like is hard to conceptualize.
Mm-hmm.
You live in a 2-story house. You're familiar with your house, viewers.
Yeah.
It's basically as tall as your house.
Yeah.
Probably not quite, but like almost as tall as your house, and it's a circle, so it's as tall as it is wide.
Yeah.
Or vice versa.
That's pretty nuts. And there's like sometimes more than one of those on a ship. 'Cause
What is one of the things called on a propeller? Like one of the
Blade?
blade. That's the word. I was thinking of
Blade.
propies. That's not it.
Well, how many propies you got on that boat?
A blade makes more sense.
We got one of them 8 propy propellers.
Ooh, you got an 8 propy? Ooh.
It's a propeller.
Wow.
Swear that word. Yes,
I
8.
just-
That's
the-
8, right? Did I get to 8?
Anyway, please continue. I'll retreat back into my lack of knowledge.
Like the what was the ship that got stuck in the Suez Canal last year that almost destroyed
The
the economy?
Titanic.
The
Everdean,
that's not it.
Everlast.
Evergreen?
Katniss.
Evergreen.
Evergreen was
It was
a company,
confusing because it
yeah,
said Ever. It was called something that was similar to the company name.
Yeah.
What was that called? The Suez Canal Whoopsie
Yeah,
Doodles.
Suez Canal whoopsie doos, and it shall forever be known as the Suez Canal whoopsie doodles.
If you Google the Suez
2020.
Canal Whoopsie Doodle, it comes right up.
Canal.
It was the Ever Given,
Ever given.
but it was on the side.
Right.
The company name was Evergreen. That
Yeah.
was what was confusing. Okay.
That, I believe at the time that was like the 3rd or 4th largest ship, period, ever made. Because those cargo ships are just unbelievably enormous. I think everyone got the context when this crisis happened in 2020, was it? Is it that long ago now? 2020?
It feels like it was a week ago, man. I have no
Yeah.
idea.
But it's just like it is like that one of the excavator digging out like the front of it, and it looks like a toy next to this ship. Like the sense of scale from those things are insane. Just
Oh, Lord.
nuts. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was 400 meters long, basically 4 entire football fields long.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big boat.
That's a big boat. That's a very big boat. I wonder how that stacks up to like the super heavy aircraft carriers.
Well, there's a picture here of it. It says it's almost as tall as the Petronas Towers in Malaysia, which are the two really big towers that are connected by a bridge where they filmed Entrapment with Sean Connery and that lady.
Oh, here's a good picture.
What's her name?
I'm posting it in the Discord. Here's a comparison of all that we talked about. A cruise ship is larger than the USS Enterprise anyway, which is a 341 meter aircraft carrier. And then you've got cargo ships above that. Oil tankers are apparently even bigger than some cargo ships. Great. Really good stuff. Really good stuff.
Wait, the U.S. Enterprise is a boat? I feel like I've been lied to.
I mean, to call it a boat, to call anything like that a boat is kind of, it's kind of diminishing what it really
Is it more of a raft?
That's even more diminishing of it.
It's
You go join the Navy, so which raft am I gonna be on?
which of these floaties is mine?
I like the Knock News. Or that's not Nevis. The Knock Nevis.
The Knock News, yeah, the Knock News.
That is,
Ersk McKinney Miller.
I don't know how you pronounce an O. Do you not pronounce the O? Is the O not supposed to be there? Is that just a mistake? The McKinney Miller.
I have no idea.
Man of Miller.
Muller. think that was one of my titles for that game series.
Oh wait, dude, well, I've been on one of these. The Allure of the Seas. I've been on that.
Ooh, you've
Is
been
it
on
bigger
that?
than you?
I've been on it. It was impressive. That was the one I was basically referencing in my mind when I was talking about the terror of falling off of a balcony on a cruise ship. If you look at the drawing of the Allure of the Seas, you see on the back how it's got a little stinger. The little swoopy-doo?
Yeah.
That's a diving platform.
No.
That back area, there's a big pool, and they have a diving show.
It looks like it's meant to stab people that fall off that balcony and catch them just by stacking them up through.
It's That's a people
Piercing their
scooper.
bodies.
If you there's a bar up on the top back there, you get swept right off by the wind, but the people scooper keeps you on the boat.
I like the cross on the McKinney, on the random cargo box or whatever that is. There's just a random, like,
I
What
think
is that,
that's probably
Chris-
like the bridge or something.
Cristo Redentor. Is that what it's called? Jesus.
Chris-
The Cristo Redentor.
Cristo Redentor?
What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
I know, I'm
That
not.
statue, the Jesus, big statue somewhere.
right.
What's that?
Oh, he's called Mountain Jesus.
Mountain
Oh.
Jesus. Yeah. You call him Crisco Redentor?
Crisco.
Not Crisco. Yeah, I like some Crisco Redentor on my toast.
Ah, yeah.
I
A
went
little
to
bit of
church.
jammy.
Went to church last weekend. And a pastor put one of them Crisco cross on my forehead. Said it was Crisco Redentor. You lead a fascinating life, Wade.
You guys remember Touchdown Jesus here in Cincinnati?
Of course. we
Yeah,
do,
now
of
he's all
course.
wrong.
That's
he's
like,
all
what's he called now?
wrong.
Hug Me Jesus? I forget what the name is.
I don't know. It's not as cool.
Yeah.
Touchdown Butter Jesus was the best.
Yeah.
Everyone
What is he now?
listening, chat, audience, esteemed guest, if you've never Googled Touchdown Jesus before and after the fire where he becomes the Terminator, you need to look it up.
I mean,
I
if
remember
they-
thinking that was a prank or something, because it was a huge statue of Jesus. Just for context, it got struck by lightning and burned down, which is just a terrifying sight. And seems like maybe that's a bad sign. Maybe somebody was upset about Touchdown Jesus. Maybe somebody who can control lightning was like, I told you, no icons. I made some rules about this. It's weird. That was a
Yeah.
weird thing.
I'm
That happened
trying-
while we were in school, didn't it?
Yeah.
I think so.
This is
At least in
Touchdown.
college. I think we were at least in college at that point.
If you are a loyal listener of the original Three Peens podcast, I believe we have talked about this at length and the terror that it inspires. Because I remember seeing that for the first time as a kid, and I just look out the window on some road trip, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Jesus is watching me. Because I've never seen anything like that in my life at that point. So to look out your window and suddenly see this monolithic titan of a Jesus emerging from what looks like a random ass lake, like I might have woken up from a nap at that point, so I thought that I was gonna die.
I think
And,
the
Yeah.
new one's even taller, isn't it? It's like
It's big too. Well, the new one is like a full body situation.
yeah.
He's holding a book or some sort, sort of gesturing.
his arms are out for the hug. The newer one.
But yeah, that was Touchdown Jesus burning down. Whew.
Yeah, I always love money going towards building more statues that can burn down as opposed to school supplies for children that need to learn.
Yeah, no, you know what? That's a great cause. If only there was a way for people watching this to maybe donate directly to some sort of
Well, that's what
Educational
we're today
foundation.
For,
If
What?
only.
yeah, guys, you forgot.
what? When are we doing that?
Now.
Oh
there's a
my
link.
god.
It's somewhere. You gotta
Bruh.
find it. It's like an I Spy book. Where's the donation link?
It really is. It really is.
Speaking of things burning down, religious things burning down even, do you guys remember when that church burned down right on the edge of campus? Were you there for that?
Oh yeah. I was in the apartment complex or whatever right next to it, so I got like a bird's eye view.
You were living in like UPA when that happened?
My ex was, and I was over visiting her whenever that was going on. So we
I was living in UPA when that happened.
No, you were living in the dorms. That was our first.
Was that freshman year?
That was freshman
That was
year.
freshman year that it
Yeah.
happened. I
Oh
believe.
damn.
Because we both ran out.
Yeah, we ran over to
from our
watch.
dorm.
Obviously,
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
something's burning down.
I
you
just
kidding me?
I remember it kind of being like that situation where there's a clip or of Sea of Thieves, and he's like, Captain, look, and you are going like, Mark, look. I don't think it was like that, but I think you went, oh.
Well, because we could kind of see like the smoke or the glow or something.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
nighttime,
Mm-hmm.
and we were low on our dorm, but we were up off the ground. Well, we were barely off the ground.
Were we first floor?
We were
First,
room
second floor?
121 or 111 or something like. We were first
Right.
floor, but the way our dorm was, the ground floor was like below ground level because we were at the edge of the divot that was UC's camp. It was a weird thing.
Yeah, it was like in a hole in the ground, but not on the ground because it was actually above ground level, but it was below ground level from the street level. A very strange setup.
It's hard to explain.
Yeah. But we were there enough to look up and see an ominous fiery glow lighting up the sky. So that was fun.
Well, here's
Weird
a
being
picture.
down by UPA now. Did you know they like tore down? I don't know if they tore down, but like there was a gas station, some other stuff across the street. It's like this giant parking garage and stuff there now.
I haven't been down there in a few years, but the last time I went, it was totally different.
Yeah, it is.
We're
Anyway.
like right behind this picture. I found a picture of historic Coreyville Church burns down. There's a picture of the spire being on fire. It's literally taken from the perspective that you and I were there watching from.
Oh,
Mark.
no shit.
It's
Right on
it's like
Calhoun?
behind right on Calhoun, across the street, behind the firemen, right, like the ladder truck is in front of us reaching up towards the thing.
I love that.
I actually volunteered. My fraternity volunteered in that church like the next year after it was in already kind of destroyed. We were just volunteering to like help clean out, and some of the guys were like, "Oh, let's go up in the choir loft. We'll just like goof around."
Yeah.
And they did, and it was the caretaker who was sort of in charge of getting it back, taking care of the place, came out and was like, "Get down from there! You're gonna die!" Apparently, when a building is on fire, they flood it with water, which makes sense. They spray water at it, but the entire most of the water from the spires burning, the water they sprayed went into the choir loft, and it was basically like soft, like tear apart with your hands, rotted wood that 5 college dudes climbed up on and were like jumping around on, and the guy was like, "It's gonna collapse at any moment. You gotta come down right now!" And we were all like, "Oh shit. Sorry. And he's like, "It's fine. Let's go clean the basement or something. Something safe." You idiots.
Change in demeanor. You're gonna die. Let's
Yeah.
go clean the basement or something.
He hated that job. He did not seem to be having a good time. But also, can you imagine the paperwork if those guys had died up there in the choir loft? He was not trying to do that.
Yeah.
The paperwork.
The paperwork.
The immense amount of guilt? Nah, it's the paperwork. The real
guilt of
silent
having
killer.
to do the paperwork. My God. People die all the time. You don't want to do paperwork about it.
Oh, it's terrible. It's so annoying.
It is.
And time consuming, honestly.
Oh, I'm Google Mapsing around the area, and there's a Target there now.
What?
There's a Target right across from our old dorm. Oh my God, they're rebuilding the dorm, at least on this, or they're building a new one. What the hell? Tear the old one down. It was a piece of shit. Whoa. I have not been down to University of Cincinnati because the last time I went down and I walked around campus, I think it was like 2015 or 2016. And at that point, I was walking around campus like, oh, maybe I'll come back someday and finish my degree. And now I'm just like, God, no.
No, never going back there.
Never going back there.
Wait. There's a Raising Cane's chicken on campus?
Is there?
That's new. That wasn't there when we were there.
Maybe I will go back.
Life's not fair.
Life's not fair. Look
It's
at all these
literally on
choices.
Calhoun Street in like between where it used to be an empty grass lot and a foundation where the Taco Bell used to be in the 90s. Now there's a thing there, and Raising Cane's is in there.
Oh
Man,
man.
it's like across from B-Dubs.
This is garbage. This is freaking garbage.
Topper's Pizza's still there, bro. You remember Mark? Were you ever in on how many free pizzas we got from Toppers? Did you
No.
did you ever
not
hear
in
that
on that.
scam?
No. What did you do?
The Topper's Pizza on campus. It wasn't. I mean, we weren't like cheating the system or anything. We just learned a thing that was interesting. If you ordered late enough, they would take orders pretty late, right? Till like midnight or 1 or something. If you ordered late enough, you could get the guy on the phone who was like stoned out of his mind, could barely understand what was happening.
Yeah.
And all you had to do was order a semi-complex order. So we would always get like, they had one that was like a loaded baked potato, right? It's like potatoes and bacon and some stuff. And we'd be like, loaded baked potato pizza, but no onions and extra sour cream, like just add a couple customizations. And then it would show up with none of the custom, right? It would show up with onions on it and whatever. And then you just call and be like, oh, our pizza showed up, but it's got the wrong toppings on it. And they'd be like, have a free pizza. I don't care. I hate this job. And we just had like an unlimited, it was a chain, right? Because then the next time you're like, I have a free pizza on my account if you check. And they're like, yeah, what do you want? And you do the same order. You get the same pizza. And you call again and be like, there's the wrong toppings. They're like, hey, you can have a free pizza. I'm sorry that we messed up your order. There's so many free pizzas from that place.
Oh, that's brutal.
And everyone was really happy with the guy. It's like, man, you get a lot of orders. They must really like you. You're doing a great job. Here, have some more money.
Kyle, everybody likes talking to you. It's crazy. I never heard of a guy at a pizza place being popular, but
What?
I was always asking for you, bro.
People are talking to me?
I work at a pizza place.
What?
Oh God.
I thought that was in my head.
I gotta stop drinking so much weed.
I was playing this game on this cash register. Fun, I guess.
Or it was like $8,000 worth of pizza. Like, dude, I think I got the high score. 8,800.
Did you guys ever get to have Will's Pizza up at Miami University?
Who would go there?
Who would go to Miami University? Who would do that?
I was there for a semester.
Oh,
Our friend
wow.
Jesse went there.
One of those guys, huh?
Yeah.
You guys, I'm gonna screenshot something and send it to you guys because I'm on Google Maps, right? And I'm just like, I'm seeing a strange thing. What's wrong with this picture that you see?
That's like a 40% of a football field.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Well,
there.
No.
unfortunately, that's why our schools in Ohio need better funding. We couldn't have half of the football field.
Isn't that like a practice field or something?
I don't know, maybe, but the way the logo at the top there, you see how it's like broken in half? I don't think that's just like a bench
And half of
covers.
it's on the left side of it. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
something rendered incorrectly. Also, yeah, that's definitely not Nippert.
Yeah, that's a little strange.
Hang on, I wanna pull this up.
Yeah, what's going on here?
How do I get the satellite view? There we
It
go.
should be in the layers, bottom left. I
Isn't
think.
the practice facility on the very bottom of that image? 'Cause that's
Yeah.
isn't
The bubble. All right, here you go. My stream. I'll pull it up for you. What Mark is seeing is this. Yeah, the logo is real. That ain't.
I'm
quite
pretty
right.
sure half of the logo floats in the air on the left side of the.
I mean, I think that is a practice. I think the bubble is a full-sized field practice situation, and then that's like a half practice field. But I don't understand what's happening.
Oh, I
Is
zoomed
it literally
in.
like logo removed from the football field or something, just laying over that area?
Yeah, so that's like fake turf because I see if I zoom in on it, there's a little flap in the corner. Still very strange to see.
Yeah, that's weird looking.
I don't remember that half stadium being there.
No, well, none of that was there when we were in school. That was all built like, I don't know, a couple years after we left.
The football program was only was good like while we were there. It wasn't good prior to us being there. So I think a lot of improvements happened like either during or after our tenure.
It looks like they
Dude,
removed the College of
Sheekley
Business.
Lawn.
Sheekley Lawn. Oh,
Sheekley Lawn. That's where they used to play Quidditch. You guys remember the Quidditch club at UC?
No, I don't remember the Quidditch club.
Yeah, that's where
What?
they used to play. That's where they used to play Quidditch matches on Sheekley Lawn.
What? I know that was a thing.
Have you never seen? Yeah, you did know that, Wayne?
No, I did not.
Oh, have you guys ever seen Quidditch?
I
Human
I've
Quidditch.
saw Harry Potter.
A long time ago, I was like a guest on some video where they played Quidditch, and they just like, I don't know, they played Quidditch. They were better
What do
than
you
me.
ride around on like a
you
pogo
put you
stick or
put
something?
a broomstick between your legs in a very dangerous position for men, and then you run around. And the snitch is not a magical flying ball. The snitch is a human person.
I saw a
and-
snitch get beat with broomsticks once.
That probably did happen at UC.
That seems
but
like a different thing, but
Oh, okay.
hey, look, here's the building that Mark jumped off of and almost killed himself on.
yeah, oh, there it is. I could probably pinpoint exactly where it was.
There's still chalk on the ground to this day when you land.
It's a historic mark now. There's a chalk outline and a little placard that reads, "Here lied Markiplier."
Wait, where's the guy
He
that
lived.
died? Here, actually, if I take
The guy who died.
I
Yeah,
take a
what parking
screenshot-
garage was that?
I can. It was the one right next to Depp.
Was
whatever
it
that
Clifton
one.
Court garage?
Yeah, Clifton Court Garage. I can actually show you exactly our path of destruction. Let me take this screenshot.
I can see it. I think
gonna
I
put
can
it in
see where
paint.
it was.
I'm gonna put it in paint here. Let's
You're
prop
gonna
this
draw
in. Let's get my brush out. Okay, so I'm drawing the first body was right outside the garage, and this is where my ass got broke. So, or my spine rather. Ow. That's a buttocks. Doesn't look like it. Okay, anyway. And so our path of destruction, we lost one guy there. I believe we came around the backside here. I remember climbing up here, going across here, and then I believe we dropped back down here. And
I pulled up your stream hoping to see this. All I see is your face.
I know. I know. I'm drawing it so that I
Okay,
can save
okay.
it later, and then
Okay.
I'll show it in a second. And then this is where I've hidden the buried treasure. Okay, so I'm saving this in pictures. Path of destruction.
Which garage was it called?
Clifton Court.
Clifton Court.
Okay, so
I parked at University Avenue garage. Where's Clifton Court?
It's the one right next to Depp.
Yeah. I saved it. I thought save path of destruction.
Is University Avenue, did that used to be called Green, or is that a different one? Because I thought
It might have. I don't remember it being called University Avenue. That might be a new name.
I swear I parked in Green Garage, and I swear it was way on that corner of campus, because my dorm was the opposite corner.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So
Yeah, because if you parked there, you had to walk by like all the cool little grass things. I don't know how else to describe it. Like the
Oh my god, Mark drew a hole. All right, let me pull this up.
For listeners of Distractable, this is where it all went wrong. We lost the first guy where the body outline is, and then we parkoured very stylishly through the red line, up the building to the roof, heard sirens came off, and landed, I think, there. I'd have to be there to confirm, but that makes sense because I don't believe that we wandered elsewhere. I don't know.
That makes sense. That makes sense to me. That's kind of what I figured.
Yeah, yeah.
So for my viewers, this is the start. Dead guy, disappeared, never seen again.
Never seen it
I like
yet.
the arrow
Run
pointing at the guy's
around.
butthole.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That's where it was. That's where his ass landed. Do you still have that outfit, Mark? Just curious.
No, that was like a hodgepodge of random bits of clothing that I've probably not seen.
Do you
It
still
was
have
a
that
pretty
dead
good.
guy?
It was a pretty good outfit.
What'd you think, lady?
Do you still have that dead guy?
No, oddly enough.
Lost it in a move. You know, I try to keep track of things, but
Yeah.
I shouldn't joke about that, but it made me laugh, so I did. Whoops.
oh well.
Man, I've got so much nostalgia and hatred for some of the landmarks I'm seeing that I remember.
What do you describe
and
some way and
hate.
give us the story?
Okay. So I remember having to walk from the garage all the way up past the Tangeman Center, and there's a lot of like, you can't really see it on this map, but it's kind of like an upward slope. And I had to have 3 tailbone surgeries in college. I remember carrying my butt pillow trying to walk up this fucking hill in the winter on snow and ice. What?
I think he's commiserating with you or something.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
a
Not
baby
sure.
bird begging for food. A lot of my classes were up in the College of Arts and Sciences building. I don't know, McMicken, is that what it was called?
Yeah, that's like the main building, McMicken
Yeah.
Hall.
So I had to go up there for a lot of classes. So I always had to walk all the way across campus up the goddamn hill with my broken ass.
That's hilarious.
I had a very life is a movie moment in front of McMicken one time. It was freshman year. I was like late to a class. It was maybe public speaking or something like that, where I had to like give a presentation basically. So I'm wearing like my one pair of nice khakis and a button down shirt, and I'm like in a big hurry trying to rush across campus. And I literally was walking through the McMicken Commons and cut a corner. You know, those sidewalks are all at weird angles. I was trying to like take a shortcut. I took one step off the sidewalk, rolled my ankle, ate shit into a huge puddle of mud, and like, not like, oh no, my knee. I fell like and rolled and was coated in mud.
Excellent.
And then had to rush off and give a presentation coated in mud. And nobody was laughing or thought it was hilarious. They were all very nice and adult about it.
Oh, good. That's good to hear.
That is very good.
Yeah, one of the cool underrated things about UC is I know a lot of our audience doesn't care about football, but like if you did, and when we were there, UC was really like they're good right now, but they were really good then for like the first time ever. But you could grab lunch over at the Tangeman Center and literally just walk over and eat at the stadium. You could just freely walk in there, run around the field, or sit on the bleachers and eat. Like it was really cool.
Yeah, you could literally, people would like work out running up and down the stands or work out on the field if there wasn't a team like practicing. It was fully open. It was pretty cool. I never worked out in college, but you could.
You could, yeah. I remember every time I tried to work out post my parkour debacle, I would get lightheaded and pass out in the bathroom.
You would almost die
I
again.
would almost die every single time. Every time I did a back exercise, I remember, it's weird that I'm feeling really woozy and have to lay down on the floor for an hour.
That's so weird. I can't believe that happened to you.
Yeah, very strange. Oh,
What
well.
happens if you do Street View in campus? Are there images of campus?
I don't know. Some
Oh,
probably.
wow. I see the construction that you're talking
Oh
about.
God, this picture's from 2007. This is legitimately when I would have.
Oh, that's
been
right. You can
going.
change it.
Oh, weird.
Oh, that's September 2007. That is
Holy
literally.
shit.
We are in that picture in that building.
Somewhere there, we are literally there.
That literally right here on the first floor of this building,
That's
our
crazy.
dorm room, we are in there. Yeah, look, there's a. I don't remember this building being here in 2007. Are you sure, Google? Across the street from Sidol, wasn't that an empty foundation when we went to school? Was that really a building?
I have no idea.
That's cool. I forgot you could change the time.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, going back in time.
When cameras all had a yellowy.
Just happened to be being viewed while we reminisce about the
Listen.
good old days.
Isn't that most of our lives? Oh my God! Look at all this stuff that's here now. Look how it's changed.
Look how it's changed.
Oh God! There's
might
something
even
called
be
the
me.
Mac Shack.
Wait,
Oh
what is-
God!
What is the Mac Shack?
I don't know, but it's right across from Sidal, and I assume I would have been there quite a bit.
You get mac and cheese and then fuck?
Well, oh my God! There's an Amazon
amazing
store. What the hell
experience.
is going on over here? What does Amazon have stores?
Yeah, they got stores. You didn't know about Amazon stores?
No.
Oh my God, let me tell you about Amazon stores. They are super weird. I don't know if they're still as much of a thing as they were before, but they tried to do this thing where if you walk in the store, you don't have to check out. You don't have to do anything except grab the item and walk out with it. And because there are so many cameras in the store watching your every move, recognizing your face, knowing that your face is tied to your Amazon account, they will automatically charge you for anything that you walk out of the store with. That was the idea behind it. I've been in one once. It is as scary as it sounds.
That sounds cool, but also I feel like I would never feel comfortable walking out of that. Like
No, yeah.
that goes against everything you learn. You're going to a store, grab some stuff, and just leave without even talking to someone, and just be like, "This is mine now."
Yeah.
Right next to the B-dubs that we spent many a day at,
Many a
there's
moon.
a store called the French Fry Heaven, which is just permanently closed. Sad. I guess it
that's
wasn't that
sad.
good, huh?
I don't
I
see
guess
Five
not.
Guys. Did Five Guys close down there?
Right next to the house down
Buffalo Wild Wings, I
Oh
think.
yeah. The French Fry Heaven store is where Five Guys used to be, right?
there. Oh, I
I
don't even
think so.
remember the Five Guys.
That GameStop
You don't
on
remember the
Calhoun.
Oh,
Five
I
Guys.
do.
That GameStop on Calhoun. I remember waiting for one of the Call of Duties to come out, and there was like a long line of people for the midnight release, and people that were living in fucking Calhoun had their windows open, pouring buckets of water on us as we waited to get this game.
Wow.
It was like freezing cold. They were just dunking water on us.
That's hilarious.
Dude, I put in so many job applications at that GameStop store.
Yeah.
Like, I knew the dude who was the manager, and we every time we go in, we'd talk. He had similar tastes, so we talk about Halo or Call of Duty or whatever. And I mean, everyone liked that shit when we were in college. But and every time he'd be like, "Oh, we're hiring it." I'd be like, "Ah, here's my application," and he'd be like, "We're not gonna hire you. We're gonna hire the girl that applies, obviously."
I mean, as far as business moves go, I guess.
Yeah, well, you gotta hire the gamer girl to work at the GameStop. Whoa. Hey, wait, is GameStop in a different physical location than it used to be?
I thought it was further down than I remembered it being, but
I switched the camera to 2007 mode, and GameStop ain't there no more, but I know it was on the strip.
I got a dumb question. How do you change the year?
In the top left, under where it says the address, there's a little, like, drop down where it'll say, like, the date or whatever. If you open that, you can change the date, scroll through and then you just have to click on the image and it'll pop up.
God, yeah.
Oh wait,
really
that
was
GameStop wasn't open
field.
when we first went to school there.
Right.
Weird.
This is all.
Oh, here's
Yeah,
that
no one
hookah bar.
talk. We're reminiscing. Leave us alone. We're busy right now.
Yeah.
Did you donate to the thing yet, chat? You should donate to the thing. You gotta donate.
$7,898. Embarrassing.
Dude, gas at the Shell, which was not a good gas station, it was always overpriced, is $2.75. I wish.
I don't remember the Asian Grill being there either. It was a sandwich place, wasn't it?
Which sandwich place? Yeah, no, Potbellies used to be on that corner.
Yeah, Potbelly used to be at the end. Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, look, it's the dirt hill. Oh, hey, this street right here, I crashed my bike down once and ended up in the middle of this intersection in traffic. I lived, it's fine.
Good. Anyway.
You guys remember college? Crazy, right?
Reminiscing is wonderful, but we have the future to look forward to. The future of the next generation's education.
Yeah.
Which is very
important. He's right.
Bob, why is it important?
I mean, you don't want dumb kids in charge of everything, do you? Old people? That's what I'm saying.
Well,
look at our generation. We didn't get enough funding and we're ruining the planet. Help.
You're not wrong.
Thank you.
I don't know where I'm going with that, but you're not wrong. No, so we're here raising money for the Winton Woods Educational Foundation. It is a nonprofit organization whose mission is to support enriching and honestly cool educational opportunities for students in the Winton Woods City School District. Winton Woods is a community that's north of Cincinnati. It's up in the suburbs, but it's inside of the outer belt, inside of 275. And the Educational Foundation is not funding anything that the district is funding already. It's not doubling funds. It's funding things like Shakespeare in the Park coming to perform at Winton Woods schools and share, drama and performance with the kids, show them what being an actor could be like. It's funding things like giving teachers resources for cool extra programs like the stock market game, to where, students get some fake money, they buy some stocks, they're learning about how the markets work, interest rates, investing, all that sort of thing, those sorts of things. It's projects like that, things that are going to enrich and engage kids more than traditional, lesson plans and teaching stuff might. Traditional teaching, that's all necessary. That's all underfunded as well. But that's a separate issue. The Educational Foundation is currently working on an initiative to fund the remaining supplies and equipment that they need to fully outfit the newly built David Bell Auditorium. David Bell is my father-in-law. Cards on the table. He's sort of the one who told me about this opportunity. But Winton Woods was on Tiltify, and so it's easy. Tiltify is a great platform. And the auditorium, they need lights. There's literal dark spots on stage because they built a new auditorium and they tried to use what they had from the previous setup, but there's just not enough lighting equipment or not the right lighting equipment to get a fully lit, nice looking stage. They need a communication system so that people, like walkie-talkie sort of thing, so people can communicate around the theater when they're doing productions, stuff like this. The auditorium is built, but it is not 100% functional yet. It needs all of the finishing touches. So, yeah, we're at $8,158 raised. Thank you so much to everyone who has donated. Very generous. We appreciate you. Also, if you want to control what we talk about, there's a poll going on right now where you can vote with your dollars. Currently, the first topic, the winning topic, is we're going to talk about a time we got away with breaking the rules. But you could also vote for what were our most, who were our most interesting friends in school, or what was our favorite school art or science project. Art and science project was winning. It has swung the other way, so now a time we broke the rules is winning. But you can also submit a question for the Q&A.
What time do we have to answer those? Because if we have the Q&A after that, and that locks in 57 minutes, so we should get these topics discussed.
Yeah, well, we can close down the topic poll. Do you want to give everyone one last minute to just get your vote in for your topic?
55 seconds. Vote.
Okay.
How do I look at the questions? Where do I look at that?
That's a good question. Put it in the question pile.
Yeah, I'm gonna submit a question so I can look at the questions. Huh. Can't seem to find it.
Seems like a bit of a problem, but
Oh, you have questions.
We'll get there. We'll get
Good
there.
answers.
all right.
Incentive. How do I look?
Hey, earmuffs chat. Guys, what if we just make up questions and names, pretend we're
Yeah,
answering?
no. What if we just do whatever we want anyway? It don't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty
All
much what we do all the time anyway, so would it be really that different, I guess?
No, it really wouldn't.
Yeah, that's right. All right, chat, you can listen again.
I don't know if I'm done or not with questions, but that's fine. I can't find the place to. I guess I'll just have to search through the donations.
Well, while you're getting that, I've got another topic that's unrelated while people get their last poll answers in.
Great.
What do you gotta say it like that, man?
No, it was
for you.
enthusiasm.
It was not.
It was manifested enthusiasm.
For
It was
you.
not, man. All right, anyway. McDonald's menu hacks. Customers upset after new menu items require customers to put sandwiches together.
New feature: make your own food. Only at McDonald's. Come on in, pay your money, buy your own supplies to make the food, and then make it and cook it yourself at home.
I mean, I guess it's
Do it yourself.
I wouldn't be totally opposed to having to like build my own sandwich, because if there was, like, you know how in the kitchen they have those trays, the warming trays with like the yellow plastic from the 1980s warming trays.
Yeah. Yeah.
If there was like another handle on the other side that in the customer area where you pull out and you grab like an egg or a patty or something like that and you slap a burger together, I wouldn't be too opposed to that. However, I think this is just some quote unquote 4 new menu items that customers have to build themselves. They have a hack menu. Why have a hack menu when we have to build it ourselves? I don't know what this is. Their new land, air, and sea sandwich. What? What?
I just imagine you walk in, you walk up to the register to place your order. You're like, hey, I'd
Oh,
like a,
this
like,
is
great.
this is them stealing our Unis Honest video.
Yeah. It is. Yeah, it is. It
Legit-
actually just is.
Oh my god, that is what it is. It's just like an informational thing that they put out that's like, build your own sandwiches. And we built the perfect McDonald's sandwich.
I don't remember what the resolution was of that. What did you guys make?
It looked like the sandwich on the right that I have here. There's an actual image of the guy.
The land, air, and sea.
Literally, it looks exactly like that sandwich on the right, with a little bit of the sandwich on the second to the right.
Beautiful. You walk in, they just give you an apron to put on, a name tag. All right, make your sandwich, and then they fire you on the spot as soon as your sandwich is done.
It's the gig economy at work.
Oh, I see the thumbnail. If you Google it, There's no other image that comes up, but there is a thumbnail. That looks pretty similar.
What do you call that sandwich? The big Filkin? The
Dude,
McChickfish?
I have no idea. This reminds me of like, I don't know who makes these things, but it's probably the same department that made that, like, McDonald's employees expense guide. Have you ever seen this?
No.
It's like, let me see if I can find the actual one. McDonald's employee expense guide. So it's an image with, like, an example of a monthly budget. I found it
Oh,
here.
I've seen this. Yeah.
Here it is.
This was I had lots of conversation about this. This is a joke.
Yeah, it's legitimately a joke because there's a line on there because it's got expenses for, like, savings, mortgage, rent. Hilarious that they put a savings one in there.
Yeah.
But it's got, like, okay, so you got income from first job, income from second job is on the second.
Everybody has a second job. Everybody knows this. Can't have just one.
That way your total monthly income is $20.60, which is still not great.
Whoa. It could be a lot higher. Where's other income?
Yeah, other income. Yeah, why
Where's
aren't you
their
doing the
OnlyFans
hustle?
income?
Your third job. And it's just like it's
Yeah.
so funny because health insurance is $20.
Yeah.
$20. That wouldn't even pay for a dental plan nowadays.
No.
And, like, what do you
All of these are a joke. I love how car and home insurance is on one thing together.
Exactly, yeah.
In 2010, when like over a decade ago, we lived in a not great apartment in Cincinnati. It was $100 a month for renter's insurance alone, and my car insurance was like triple that because I was a kid with a car.
Yeah, my shitty one-bedroom apartment when I was going to UC was $650 a month, and that was, like, the cheapest I could find. Like, this, it's just.
Was that one that was kind of underground?
Yeah, it was.
I remember that one.
There was
That's
a
not
cheaper
not a
one,
great place.
but I literally walked into it and there were bugs crawling around. That was $550. Now, like,
cool.
that was actually underground. Then the next
So
one
what
was
you're
first
saying
floor.
is you're a snob, and that's why you went over your budget.
I needed the quality, you know. I have standards.
Well, thank God your heating is $0 too.
Yeah,
I love
heating's
free heating.
$0. Oh my God. Yeah, electric 90. If you have any computer, that's laughable. Other is 100, and then you have $800 of spending money.
Sure.
Anyway, I don't think this was ever supposed to be actually put out to the public, but of course it was so funny that yeah. Well, it wasn't funny. It was actually very sad.
So which
But
one's the
anyway.
first job? Which one's the second job?
Well,
the
it turns out
1050 or the 955?
it turns out neither of those jobs is at McDonald's because you no called no showed the other day, so you're fired.
But what about my McFillet of duck and fish?
I don't know. You got to build it yourself.
The McTurducken witch.
It's like the great race of fast food. You go to Wendy's, you go to Long John Silver's, you go to Taco Bell, and then you come back to McDonald's. They check all your items in the bag, and then you're allowed to purchase the items that can actually complete it. And if you get it, you get an achievement. And they'll give you an NFT to it.
Oh boy!
every purchase from fast food places in the future is just gonna be an NFT. You're gonna buy your McDouble and your large Coke through the blockchain.
Yeah.
But then you're gonna eat them.
Yeah, we could give you a sandwich, or here's a monkey. A
Wait,
picture
does
of a
that mean that
monkey.
your poop is an NFT?
Your group is an NFT?
If you bought food and the food was an NFT and then you ate it and pooped it out, does that mean that your turd is still the NFT?
I mean, in the law of, like, information cannot be created or destroyed or whatever that is. Yes, I'm assuming so.
I kind of like that.
Yeah.
If there's a form of NFT I have to be on board with, I choose that.
Poop
Just a bunch
FT.
of rich guys with bags of turds. Like, oh, this one was actually went to Wolfgang Puck's restaurant. and he
It's-
made a Duck L'Orange NFT. I crapped it out
It
the
actually
next
is,
day.
if you think about it, it's the perfect encryption process because it's digested through your body, and it
It's
can't be reverse engineered.
undecryptable.
It's undecryptable.
It's
It's totally secure. It's the most
Your
secure
own
NFT there is.
bio encryption process takes place. I can just see
Exactly.
like Zuckerberg, like in the metaverse. You actually use your own bio encryption to make sure that everything you buy stays yours.
Yeah,
Everything's poop.
everything's
This
Poop
is
economy.
slightly unrelated, but I'm a little concerned about my trending topics. I don't know about you all, but for me, trending topics are apple juice, seductive Sunday, and Jimmy Carter.
Where are you looking?
And
Do you mean on Twitter, like your For You?
okay.
no, it's like the
Just the
general
trending?
one.
Yeah, that's the your trending thing. I don't know what that's
I just don't
about.
know why seduction and Jimmy Carter are side by side along with apple juice.
I don't have any of that stuff. I got Pro Bowl, Demon Slayer, Yeezys, Jared Bynum, who is apparently a basketball player I know nothing about.
Yeah.
Twitter knows what I like.
Okay, I actually have a question back on the topic of McDonald's. Maybe you guys can help illuminate me. Because McDonald's, you franchise a McDonald's, but you have to go to like McDonald's school to franchise, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, is there a rule on how you must, like, do how much things cost at the restaurant, or how you must pay employees, or the structure of the employees at the restaurant? Is that like regulated? Because I've always wondered what would happen if you made a franchise of, let's say it wasn't McDonald's, like you had a franchise, but you made it so that the employees like got a % of the revenue, right? Because I've always wondered, wouldn't that make your employees incentivized to make it the best McDonald's possible? Like, is
So
that...
I don't know specifically about McDonald's, but I do know that in general, and this was sort of invented and or refined by McDonald's, so that's why they're sort of the most famous for it. Basically, you're granted, the way it works is McDonald's will buy the land where your McDonald's is set to be and then lease it to you, right? So they own the
Right.
land, they lease it to you. You're granted a license from McDonald's to use their products, logos, everything, use all their suppliers. But the license is basically a contract where they say very specifically, this is what you will serve. This is how it will be prepared. You will follow these procedures. I think, but I don't know for sure, that includes them setting the prices of all of your things on the menu, setting the scale at which you pay employees and how you can pay employees and what type of employees they are, that they will be at will, that sort of thing. I think you don't get to have a McDonald's unless you do exactly what corporate McDonald's wants.
Yeah.
Or
That's what I was
your
thinking.
license and you lose everything you invested in this because
Then-
you don't own the land or anything.
And
You
then
don't
gotta
own
make
any of it.
barrels. You gotta like get the golden arcs or the
The
What do we
golden...
have to do to get the
The
ice cream
golden
machine to
loops
work?
of McDarrell's.
What do we
Have you
have
guys
to pay?
heard? Have you guys heard about
Look at
this,
that.
the actual scam that is the ice cream machines?
I heard there's
No.
actually a lawsuit that was brought against them at one point.
I haven't heard this now.
Okay, so there's a video. There's a guy that I watch. He used to be with Vice. Now he has his own YouTube channel. I can't remember his name, but he did a very good video on it where he went into detail. It feels like McDonald's ice cream machine is always broken, right?
Sure.
But it's actually a scam. McDonald's is basically contracted with, it's either one company nationwide or one or two companies, but the one is the one that scams and has most of the machines. They supply the machine. It does everything ice cream related. The machine is very finicky, and you're not allowed to call anyone to work on it that's not an officially licensed technician from the company. And it's the lawsuit, I think, is, I forget. I think it's possibly a monopoly. I don't know. But basically, this company makes the machine so that it does break all the time. It's touchy, it's finicky. It's things like there's a cleaning cycle. At the end of every day, you're supposed to run a cleaning cycle where you basically dump some hot water in the machine and it does some stuff and it washes itself out. And the sensor that senses whether or not the cleaning cycle successfully completed doesn't work like half the time for no reason. It's just like a hot water, like swoosh it around, spit it out cleaning cycle. And if the sensor fails to read that you clean the machine like 2 times in a row, it locks down the machine. You have to get a technician to come fix it. There's no fixing it yourself. There's no, oh, just like turn it off and on, try again. It locks you out completely. There's nothing you can do. And there's a movement. This is also a big movement in relation to things like Teslas and like iPhones, the like right to repair movement.
Yeah.
Where people basically say, like, if you own a thing, legally you have a right to be able to fix it. You should not have to pay the company you bought it from to also fix it. If in like fixing an iPhone is not something everyone could do, but there are a bunch of people who like run iFixit shops who could absolutely replace your phone screen without you having to pay Apple half the price of a brand new iPhone just to put a new screen in a thing that you dropped once.
Yeah.
And there are lawsuits ongoing in a lot of several states that I know of at least. One is in like Massachusetts. It's like an automobile right to repair thing where they're trying to force Tesla to sell parts, not even like force Tesla to really give anything up that they would lose money on, just to force them to sell replacement parts, because right now you basically can't get a replacement part for a Tesla. And I think that's what this ice cream machine thing is also about. It's like a right to repair. Like if you own this machine, but you can't do anything. Like they don't even give you a manual. There are guys who have figured out how you can get into the secret system settings to reset things so that it's not, you don't need a tech to come and just basically reset your machine and it's working. It's not broken at all. It's a software thing.
Yeah.
If you do that, you might get in trouble with McDonald's or in trouble with the company that sold you the thing. It's insane. It actually is like extortion, or I don't know if that's the right thing, but it actually is like criminal activity that they make the machines kind of shitty and then they make it so you have to pay them to send someone out to fix it.
No, definitely. That sounds totally logical. I believe that 100%. And the whole right to repair thing, like it is a big extension of this. Well, in a weird way, because it's like corporate right to repair versus like personal right to repair. But it's all about like controlling what you own. You know what I mean? It's like companies don't want you to actually own what you own. You know, printer companies don't want you to actually like be able to replace the ink with something that you make, because that would destroy their business model. But it's just like, if you buy something, you should have every right to take it apart, learn how it works. It's yours. You bought it from someone. But with all the like the service industries and like all these accessory industries from something like that, there's money to be made there. And whenever there's money to be made, people want to control it and lock it down. You know, the essence of capitalism, you know.
Capitalism.
Yes,
Love it.
capitalism. Yeah, true capitalism. Controlling things so that there's no competition or any way anyone can innovate.
Yes.
Everyone bitches
Competition
about
is the
capitalism.
bane
If
of
you ever tried living in
capitalism.
lowercaseism, it's much worse.
I hate that so much.
It's fine.
Just
I
be
hate it.
thankful we're in the capital part.
Uh-huh. Wouldn't that be uppercase-ism if you're trying to make that?
No.
Okay, you're right.
It's like in a weird way, I actually ran into something about this recently. I discovered that this is kind of related, but I discovered that Cyberpunk 2077 is a game, and it came out.
Yep.
Yeah, I have no
Fact.
opinion about the game whatsoever, but I did discover that the game has full Korean audio translation. And this is very interesting to me because I'm trying to learn Korean, and that is a big game with a lot of dialogue and a lot of talking. So I wanted to get those audio files, not because I wanted to share them, but because they're in the game, and I wanted to pull them apart so that I could create flashcards out of them so I could start to learn, or at least get the transcript of the subtitles so that I could create like a frequency, a list, so I'd know which words to learn first so that I would understand the game more. This was like my approach. And so I started diving into the files. And what I discovered was it's so unbelievably locked down because they don't want you pulling apart the files. And I remember back in the day when game files were just, you installed the game, you go in the directory, and there's all the files, and it's there because that's part of the game. But this one, I managed to get the subtitles out because there's a community out there that has tools that they have custom built just to crack open these files, specifically these files. They're called .archive files. which is part of Cyberpunk's proprietary archives. But in those files, everything's completely disorganized because the file management is just nonsensical to actually linear understanding of it. But the audio files are in this proprietary game audio format called WEM. And the only way you could possibly unpack a WEM file is by going to the maker of the WEM file called WWise, which is apparently the only thing game companies nowadays use for audio compression. It's not like it's any better. The only thing it does is prevent you from accessing it. That's the only thing it does. It doesn't compress it more. It doesn't do anything like that. It just makes it hard to access. I don't know why.
A moddable game though? Isn't there like a whole Steam thing for modding it?
It's moddable in like the mechanics and things of it, but that doesn't necessarily mean you get full access to the files.
Yeah. You can mod Cyberpunk, but it's just like, why? Why are these files in a format that is so difficult to utilize? What am I going to do with what is anyone going to do with the audio files? Are they going to chuck it out the internet? Everybody, you don't want to play the game? Here's all the audio from the game. You're going to love this. It's like, I'm trying
the story with no context or visuals.
Yeah.
It's ruined.
Happened to make them do that, 'cause that sounds like extra work.
It is.
Well, it's one of those pipeline things, right? That company that made the compression thing got one or a couple, or some big publisher was like, hey, look, there's a games industry specific compression thing. It has a bunch of great stuff. Plus, you can lock down your files so no one can hack your whatever. And some company was like, sick. Great. EA Games or someone was like, yes, and invested. Yeah. And so now every other games company is like, well, this is the industry standard, so we just use the thing. But why? I'm sure that if you asked a games industry person, they'd be like, well, you're proprietary, so you want to protect your IP, but like, that's bull.
Like, I've got the files on, because what I could do, and it would be just as annoying, but like, they play through the game, right? I record game stuff all the time. I could turn down the sound effects, I could turn down the music, I could turn on everything except for the dialogue, and hey, I'd be able to capture it. But I'm already recording everything, and you're okay with that. Like, why can't I just, if anyone works at Project Red, can I get just the script? Can I get it? Because all I want to do with it is parse the Korean version of the script and the Korean audio. Can I have that? I'm trying to learn Korean. Give me. I really appreciate you making a full Korean localization. Can I have the words so I can
have the money?
That's not what I'm looking for.
No, that's not what we're talking about.
I thought we were all asking for something here. Never mind. Go ahead.
Anyway, it's just like these little things that have bled into every part of like the consumer market that are locked down, a little more here, a little more here. And you'd never know, you'd never understand. It's like, because of supposed writer copyright laws, you're playing the game, the script is right there in front of you. People could transcribe it by hand. I just don't want to do that. Like, it's not like it's inaccessible. It's just a pain in the ass. That's the only difference. It's not protecting them. It's making it harder, which I guess. But for people that actually wanted to do something like steal it for nefarious purposes, it's not going to stop them. It's going to stop me because I don't have time for that shit, and it's not what I wanted to do. But at the same time, it's just annoying because the only people that suffer are the general consumers. Anyway.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. Yep.
Thank you.
No, I mean, it's one of those things where, like, this is a thing about humans, or maybe it's just Americans in general, that I find so weird. People are so protective of stuff, and maybe this is not a direct translation, but like, in private citizens are like, I need my privacy. Like, don't you look at me while I'm in my yard. I'm in my yard. Like, you're outside in your yard. Like, I don't understand what you think is gonna happen. But companies being like that, locking everything down, I guess they think, well, what if we decide we want to monetize it? So we want to make sure we maintain control over it. But I can't imagine how that benefits anyone, and it just makes stuff unusable for no reason.
Yeah.
Also, this is something I talked about a while ago, but I found it and I wanted to shout it out. The YouTube channel I was talking about is Johnny Harris on YouTube. He makes really interesting videos in general that are really cool. He's like an in-depth like docu-series type creator, and his a video called "The Real Reason McDonald's Ice Cream Machines Are Always Broken" has like almost 10 million views. It's a great video. It's a good watch. It has a lot more detail and information about the McDonald's ice cream thing and right to repair sort of stuff. But yeah,
There was a wait. Let me see if I can find it. Speaking of really weird but cool documentary videos, I love these kind of things. There was this video on why China's largest volcano is so unusual, and I found this, and I'm sure a lot of people found this because of that volcano that erupted in where was it? Starts with a T.
Tonga, right?
Tonga, yeah, Tonga. And then this popped up on YouTube, and it's 27 minutes long, but it is the most fascinating thing. And I won't explain the whole video because it's not important to talk about right now, but it's just like this volcano is unlike any other volcano on Earth, and it taught me more about tectonic plates, like geological activities, like the way water can influence things and penetrate deep into the Earth's crust, and how like magma plumes form. I learned more from that one video, the 27-minute China largest volcano is so unusual video, than I ever did in school, or even cursory exploration about volcanoes on Wikipedia or whatever. So it's just like, it's nuts and it's super fun. But I love that there are so many of these documentary videos on YouTube. I applaud anyone who makes these kinds of videos.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing trying to find like educational, informative stuff on YouTube, because I feel like a lot of it, if you're looking for a specific topic or something, you'll go to YouTube and do a search, and you'll find a video, and it starts, and you're like, this is about why China's largest volcano is being more unique than any, and it's like, okay, well, this is not promising. You know, it's like if somebody paid a Fiverr actor to do a voiceover for a thing that clearly is just made up facts about a volcano. But some of them are fascinating.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna save this volcano.
Watch
one
that
for later,
video. It is, you will not be able to turn it off if you're at all interested in volcanoes. It is so fascinating. I
think you recommend this channel. It's on a channel called Deep Dive.
I haven't seen any other videos on them.
I don't know.
If they're all the same, I want to watch more, but I have not seen any of them. They only have 4 videos, probably because they take a while. But I think Kurzgesagt is probably my favorite video. They don't really do documentary things, but they do downs of things. I always love a Kurzgesagt video, like great stuff. I bought their recent book on the immune system. It's like a college textbook level. Like immunology. I don't know about the how current the information is to the current science, but I trust that they have at least checked their sources, and it's a good book. It's well made. I don't know. Haven't read it all yet. I looked at the pictures. The picture's very pretty.
I just fade through it. I'll look at the pictures.
I like pictures. Remember pop-up books? Those were the
pop-up books. Pop-up books have gotten way more elaborate in modern times. Have you seen modern pop-up books, bro?
No.
Crazy.
I came across my first pop-in book whenever we were at UC. Speaking of UC earlier.
I don't know what that means.
What is a pop-in?
It was a book. It was a book with a big hole in the middle, and as you turned the pages, they were different outfits for your penis that you would put through the hole.
Why?
What?
Why was it?
There was a bookstore across from oh god, what were the buildings called where B-Dubs was? There was a bookstore like right
UPA.
across the street. Yeah, there's a bookstore right across the street from UPA, and there was a book with a hole in it. I was like, what the fuck is this? And I opened the pages, and it was like, dress up your penis while you.
You mean Du Bois?
I think it was Du Bois. It wasn't all the way down that way. It was like literally right across from like B-Dubs. It was all the way down the other end.
God, that just made me angry about college textbooks. I'm suddenly so furious.
Oh no!
God,
sudden
I'm just
rage
so
has
mad.
come over you
What
about.
do you mean? It was great paying full price for our teacher's specifically written book that we had to have a hardcover only copy of.
Going back to resell your books, and they look you in the eye and offer you $5 for that $200 book that you know they're gonna resell for $190. It's just and for some reason I wasn't smart enough to just sell it to other students directly
Yeah.
through Craigslist or something. And I just like, I remember walking, I only did it once, and then I never sold the book again. I just kept them. Like, because I'm not going to give that back. But it's just like,
Just burned them for heat.
might as well, would have been better
Dude,
money.
If I get a copy of the Scarlet Letter, I will burn it for heat. That was the worst fucking book.
Yeah, I will openly tell anyone who's in college, like, you can find full textbooks online, various places, for free. Like,
Or at the very least, just don't buy it from the bookstore.
don't buy it
oh
from
my
the
god.
bookstore. Your college bookstore, don't do it. Even if they say you need that edition, you don't need that edition. The differences between the editions are not that grand. Sure, you might get a question that's different on like some homework they assign. Get it from someone else. Don't spend full price on those books. Never do.
In my undergrad, I was not super concerned with the books because most of my classes I took, I was in music school. There are books for that, but it's not like insane amounts of textbooks and things.
The engineering.
But, dude, law school. Oh my God. Every semester was like 6 to 10 or 12 different books. And literally, I went to a private law school, which that's my own mistake, and I own that. But the professors were up their own asses about like it has to be the newest edition. It has to be the correct edition. You're going to be missing things, and if you showed up to class with the wrong one, they would give you shit the whole time. They would not. Some of them would like hound you until you got the upgrade. It was insane. And literally, I sold as many as I could to other students because basically at the end of every semester, you're like, hey, I have these 25 books for sale. If you're taking these classes next semester, hit me up. I had these professors. Here's my books. And I sold as many as I could. And still, you buy them for like 100, 200, 300 bucks. And you don't want to screw your classmates over. So you sell them to your classmates for 50 bucks, 80 bucks, whatever seems fair. You get a little back. I ended up with 24 books after I was done with law school. Couldn't sell them. They were all already a year or 2 years old, which means they're not the right edition. I couldn't sell them anywhere. I sold them to a used bookstore like by the pound. I sold like 25 or 26 books for like $20.
By the pound.
I brought them in and I was like, do you want any of these? And she was like, not really, but I'll give you 25 bucks store credit. And I was like, oh my God, I just need to get rid of these books.
Store
I'm
credit.
not carrying these books back into my house, back up the stairs. Just keep them.
Yeah.
I might as well have just dropped them out of my car while I was driving down the road.
You
Don't
gave
do
to
that,
the
that's really
library
dangerous.
For store credit for 1/10 of a book.
Yeah, I think they gave me the store credit and I was like, I'm just going to buy something right now. And I went and bought like one book and a calendar and was like, good.
People need to understand the glory that is libraries and like the fundamental concept of a library and like how beneficial that resource is. And I'm not saying like your college textbooks are going to be in a library, but my God,
But they might.
they might be in there. Like it's not about the book itself in these classes. That's what I learned. It's not about the book. Like they're teaching you the stuff anyway. They're just referencing a book. If you take diligent notes, you never even there's some classes I never opened the book. I never, not once. I didn't do homework a lot, so that's another thing. But also I didn't need to. I skated through college like barely opening books, barely doing textbooks. I had a 3.0 and that's all I needed to get by. I was okay. But just like libraries, God, fund libraries. Go to libraries. Libraries are such a good concept, and I can't believe people hate libraries. I can't
Dude,
believe
libraries
it.
have like DVDs. Some libraries have video games now.
Oh yeah.
You can get all kind. Libraries are the Netflix of the 22nd century.
The internet
I'm
of the
telling you.
library is probably better than the internet of my house. Like it's just like it's insane. Some of these libraries.
Plus, if you use a VPN, you can watch porn on them.
Don't listen to Bob. You'll get banned from the library.
No. They won't know if you use the right. If you protect your search history, they'll never know what you were doing
like
on there.
cameras in there. They can see you.
You gotta find the
anatomy class.
the bank of computers that face away from the cameras and that the desk people are not gonna see, and you just gotta have something where you can alt tab real quick. Have like a Lexis Nexus search up on one window, and then alt tab, and that's where your fun stuff can be.
My OnlyFans professor said I had to watch this.
Do you think there is a class? There's gotta be a class out there somewhere.
No. It's not a class
How to
about
porn.
OnlyFans. It's a professor who's really hurting for money, who's in class is like, you get extra credit if you come check out my OnlyFans. And you're like,
Oh no!
well, I'm not really into 50-year-old men, Mr. Gardner, but
How
I
much
can't
extra
say
credit
I'm
is
not
wrong?
curious.
I do need the extra credit.
Oh my god.
He's in the front just like, it's not just me. You don't know. It's like him and his next door neighbor, buddy, and they're just like recreating Two Girls, One. Nope, not that one.
Yeah, you can stop at any time. You don't have to keep going.
I like your question, Mark, but I also like my question.
Okay.
Let's answer them both. Is there a class on how to be successful on OnlyFans or whatever you were going to ask? And
Yeah.
how many professors do you think have done that, solicited their class, or how many had one and didn't think their kids would find it, and then like one kid figured out their professor has an OnlyFans, and then everyone was like, "Oh my god!"
I do not see a Mr. Gardner OnlyFans. I tried to search it, couldn't find
Oh, I changed the name to save the identity of the
Oh,
professor
of
that I
course,
clearly definitely had in the last decade since OnlyFans existed.
Didn't want to.
I wasn't gonna sub. I just wanted to see if it existed, for the record.
I'm sure there are tons of people that are trying to supplement their income with OnlyFans. Like I'm not saying that doesn't happen.
Is there a class? Is there a teaching?
Is there a
method
class?
to the proper way to like to spread them or something? There's gotta be.
We should go around to colleges and universities and pitch teaching a class on how to do stream and do social media.
Yeah.
We
okay.
we
Well,
know
that
that,
maybe.
and one of us
Let's-
is successful at it. So
Wade.
yeah,
Me? I got it. Okay.
You got it.
just
Mr. University of Cincinnati, can you hire us to come teach you stuff?
Mr. Universe of Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Mr. Schoolman.
Why do I always sound like I'm on drugs whenever I'm with you guys? I don't know why that is. I'm not.
You control what you're saying. I don't know why
Yeah.
you say that. Like you say like we're doing something that makes you act like that.
You guys are like, I don't know. It's like one of those animals where you touch them and they let off like some weird scent thing that makes you hallucinate. You guys do that to me.
A skunk, but with drugs.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys are my skunk drugs.
I don't know if that's a thing.
Yeah,
I don't know if skunks make you high though, but isn't there a creature where it like has hallucinogenic properties?
If there was, don't you think there would be a big scandal about teenagers trying to find those creatures just to get a high?
That's true.
I mean, I'm
If
sure
that
there
existed,
are.
it would be a pandemic across
Maybe it was
the
an
nation.
episode of Star Trek or something. I don't know.
You know, it's kind of weird. I think a lot about how there's just so many species of plants that exist, that like so many, and they all have like different like chemicals inside of them. So like you got marijuana, which has like THC and CBD in it. You got tobacco with nicotine in it, and all these natural occurring things. Is there a plant that exists out there that can cure like any disease at any time? It's just like you'd never know. Or is there a plant out there that if you eat it you blow up, you know, something like that? Like it's
isn't
this crazy
that
chain reaction.
Don't all pharmaceutical companies basically have that like branch of reason? They have people doing like chemical interactions where they're like testing proteins and they're you know, computer simming millions and millions of interactions just to see what happens. But then there's also the guys where it's like, I found this rare thing in the Amazonian rainforest. I only ever found one of them, and it seems to cure cancer. We're trying to figure out how the hell that happens. Like, isn't that an arm of research that pharmaceutical companies chase?
Well, I don't know about like human experimentation. You gotta go through a lot of hoopla to get like
Oh
human
no, but you can do
trials
whatever
going.
you want to animals.
Yeah, I mean,
They don't matter.
You're right, but
But like, yeah, no, I don't know, but I've always assumed, I guess, or imagined that that's part. Because yeah, there's all kinds of crazy stuff out there.
Yeah.
Or like things in the ocean, in the depths of the ocean that have weird chemical compositions, or like.
oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, you just need one protein to bind to the one thing in your body that makes you blow up, or makes your dick bigger.
Those proteins. Tragic how close together those proteins are.
They're very close.
It's if you wanna increase your size, it's a big risk. But it's a big size increase.
It's
potent.
like it's the same chemical, but it's got a chirality to it. So you got the left-oriented chemical that makes your dick bigger, and you get the right-oriented one that makes you explode.
You blow up.
That's real 50-50.
So many guys. There would be resorts themed around that, where it's like you could come here and take this drug in the safety of a bomb-proof room and make sure you don't hurt anyone you care about, and you either die in a very exciting fashion and we'll videotape the whole thing and send it to whoever you want, or you leave and go home and you're the happiest man alive. It's the hell of a gamble.
Oh man, yeah. There's gotta be crazy stuff out there. What?
Yeah, no, that Wade.
Where's this at? Where can I go?
It's I can tell you, but it costs $10,000 to even get that information.
All right, Mark, cover me. I'll pay you back next week.
Bob, can I borrow $10,000?
Wade, can you pay me that debt? I need to lend Mark some money.
Oh, I would, but I'm busy that day.
That's not how that works. That's not how paying debt works or anything.
But I'll always try.
Yeah, because I am curious about, like, because like herbal medicine. I'm not a proponent of what's it called?
Homeopathic medicine?
Yeah, I'm not a proponent of it. Like, I don't want anyone to think that I'm like everything can be cured by it.
I'm a fan of real medicine. Thank you very
chew
much.
on dandelion leaves, and it'll make your bowels explode.
Don't bring up dandelions, all right? Man, it was one time.
What did you do to a dandelion?
I thought I told this story before on Three Peens, where I used to, when I was young, I thought dandelions were medicine. So I would take a dandelion, I would snap it in half, and it had like this white goo in the stem. I would rub it on a dandelion leaf and slap it on my cuts and scrapes.
Oh,
what? I've never heard. What?
Yeah, I did that a lot as a kid.
Why did you wait? So why? Is there a reason that you thought that? Was that like a prank by someone or something, or you just looked at dandelions and like, that looks healthy?
I just made up things as a kid and I took them as fact. I was like, oh well, yeah, of course, this is a Native American healing remedy, and I just told myself that was true. And I would take the dandelion, break it in half, rub the goo on the leaf, slap it on a cut, and move on.
Did it work?
I mean, I'm not dead.
Did it get infected and inflamed afterwards?
Is this why you are the way you are?
Maybe. But I'm not dead. I'm not infected. I don't have weird scars. Maybe it did work.
What if that was the thing that gave you your height? And now everyone's gonna be going out there and slapping dandelion
splooge in cuts makes you real tall.
And your ass real big. So it's a 50-50 thing.
Okay, well I have a scientist chiming in on this discussion. Mandy, my wife, Dr. Mandy, says that what you're talking about, Mark, does exist. The field is called drug discovery, and it is a big thing. The biggest problem is that there's a lot of multiplicity, but machine learning is currently being applied to make progress into discovering whether you should put dandelion goop in your cuts and so on.
I like that.
Yeah, Mandy, can you prove that I was right real quick for me?
She did say, she literally just texted as you were talking, oh my god, I did that too. I think she's talking about the dandelion goop. So
and she's like the smartest
science
person on Earth.
Science is on your side, I guess.
Yeah,
Wait,
a literal scientist has corroborated.
I have science and God on my side.
I don't know if you can go that far.
Look how Mandy and I turned out. We're 2 for 2 on dandelions. Everyone who's done it, proven by fact, has turned out great.
I can't question it.
I can't question it either.
It's the truth.
I'm gonna go find some dandelions right now and just cut my lip and put it on there to prove it.
Why not?
I have to ask. I'm curious about the process. So it comes when you break. I'm familiar with the goop that's inside the dandelions. I never spread it on my injuries, but I'm aware of that.
You put it on the leaf. And then you put the leaf on the cut.
What leaf?
Why'd you put it on the leaf? What does that do? Can't you just
make a band-aid, a natural band-aid?
You like adhered the leaf to your cut with
the goop was kind of sticky, so you'd put it on the leaf, and then the leaf next to you, so you had like the balm in between, like it would cover the cut. Nothing gross got in there. You didn't want anything getting in your cut.
That's what they say. That's what they say about cuts. You want to keep them moist and gross. That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
You literally are that Brian Regan joke though. Where it's the group of kids playing, and the one of them takes their bike off the jump and eats it and gets all banged up, and the kids rush over and they're like, get some leaves. It's literally that's you as a kid. That
is pretty much it.
Well, I did it to myself, and I turned out perfect.
Yeah. Oh, I just want to mention real quick a segue. There are only 13 minutes left for people to lock in our Q&A, and we have talked about none of the poll topics, and we have done nothing.
All right, well, should we shut down the poll? I mean, we don't have to do anything, Mark. That's the trick.
Yeah, we gave them 1 minute about an hour ago, right?
True. Guys,
they've had time.
This is your last chance to get a question in the Q&A section. If you donate a minimum of $25 right through the link down below, you go to the Tiltify page. You can also go to the URL, which is donate.tiltify.com/@MySkirm/distractible-WWEF. Make a donation.
And right now, for the next 2 minutes, if you donate 10,000 or more, we will say thank you 3 times.
That's true. That's true. Actually, I'm backing Wade's promise on that. 3 times.
I corroborate this. Yes, absolutely. So please
throw that out there.
Consider making a donation.
I'm gonna shut down the poll.
Okay, poll is about to be shut down.
That's what I said.
Do you guys know which one's winning?
I don't know.
Are you winning, son? Currently, the winning poll option, I guess the winning poll option, because I'm about to turn it off, is time that we got away with breaking the rules. With $4,018.03, that one wins.
I don't know if
You have absolutely broken the rules, Wade. Don't.
Well, no, I have, but I think it's a story I told on the podcast already.
We can retell stories here. That's not embarrassing to do.
But I'm pretty sure on the podcast I said it was a friend who did it.
I do have a story. Oh.
Well, I have one in mind, Mark, that I should have cleared with you beforehand.
Oh, interesting.
That we've talked about.
Mm-hmm.
We maybe even have told this before. It's just a story I like. Do you remember the backpacks?
Oh, yeah. You can tell that story. Yeah.
Well, that's okay. Okay, that's the one I was thinking about telling.
Yeah. That wasn't the one I was thinking of telling, but you can tell that story if you want.
Oh, I like that. Well, okay. So who wants to go first? A time. This is what chat voted for with their hard-earned donations. A time we got away with breaking the rules.
I'll tell mine first because it's already been told probably, and then you guys can tell the better stories after, and mine can be forgotten.
All right.
Sounds good.
So I had this friend who went to BlizzCon and had a media pass and wanted to go watch the Overwatch tournament. This friend overslept because they're not like me and you guys who get up early in the morning and do all of our morning routines. This is some asshole who sleeps in till like 2 or 3 in the afternoon. Real shitty guy. And he wanted to go watch the Overwatch World Tournament or whatever it was called, like where the different countries were competing.
World Cup.
Yeah. And got there, and the line had been condensed into one, so there was not a media line and a general admission line, so on and so forth. It was one line with everybody in it. And I walked up, and I said, or my friend, walked up, because I was, already in there sitting down after I'd walked up. My friend walked up and was like, hey, we have media passes. Can we go in and sit down? And the guy's like, no, hate you. Get in line, you stinky. And he's like, what? What do you mean? There's no seats and we're at capacity. You have to wait like everyone else. So my friend went to go back and get in line, but he stood there for a minute, texted some friends that were already in and said, hey, we can't get in, yada yada. And as if fate itself had decided to descend upon this moment and present an opportunity, as he was typing this text message, 2 people walked up next to the line, and instead of getting in line, they walked toward a door on the left. And they showed their badges, and someone escorted them in. And my friend had an idea. So in a few minutes, 2 more people walked up toward that door. My friend and his friend walked in behind them, and the front 2 showed their badge. The friend pretended to be part of that group, didn't show their front of their badge, but showed the back of their badge, which had nothing really that interesting on it that would show what kind of badge it was. And they were escorted back to not the media area, but the area where all of the teams were sitting. The players from the US and South Korea and Japan and so on and so forth, they were all just chilling back there because this was the friends and family pass area, not the media or general seating area. So sweating a little bit, realizing they definitely shouldn't be there, these two lovable, perfect, beautiful friends walked through this area into like the friends and family seating, and then proceeded to ask the person who escorted them, hey, oh man, I meant to grab some snacks before we got back here. Is there like some snacks back there or something? Like, oh, well, no, not really. But if you go around this way, you can get to the general food court. You'll have to come back over here and we'll have to escort you again. Oh, that's perfectly fine. So my friend snuck around, got into the media section, and no one was ever the wiser.
Wow. That was
Sounds like your friend really
time.
got away. Oh yeah, no, we figured it out, Wade.
Figure out what?
I don't know why you're so cagey about that story. Like,
Yeah, it's really fun.
like in your stream right now, an account called Blizzard Security comes in and is like, "Hey, we heard what you did. You're banned forever."
Well, there was another moment
you
there.
Can't come back.
Where I did have a friend who worked at Blizzard. This was not me. And I wanted to thank them for helping us get our badges, but I could not find them for the life of me. Like the entire convention, I don't know if they weren't checking social media or whatever, but like they weren't responding to messages. So I asked them, I was like, hey, do you know this person who works over with oh god, what was the game called where you had like all the different characters from like Warcraft and Diablo, and it was like the League of Legends type game?
Heroes of the Storm.
Heroes of the Storm. Yeah, they worked with Heroes of the Storm. It's like, hey, they work in this department. Can you like point me? They're like, no, I don't really know, but here, come back this way. And they moved like a wall I didn't know you could move and sent me into like the backstage. And then they like pushed it back, and we were just all of a sudden backstage with no escort, freely allowed to roam. I found somebody, asked them, they pointed me to another direction. Eventually I came to a chair where I swear to God, it felt like one of those mob movies where Robert De Niro's sitting on the chair with like all of like the underboss and shit around him. Cause I came over to Mr. Blizzard, I guess, I don't know, who had this like fucking posse of power standing around. I was like, hi, I'm trying to find my friend, Beth, can you help me? And he's just like, who are you? How did you find your way back to my premises? I don't know this Beth, but then again, I can't know everybody who works beneath me. It was very pompous, very much like, it felt like he was the shit. I have no idea who he was, but he was running the show, and he had a lot of people that were like his fucking runners. So whoever this guy was, man, he was like the mob boss of BlizzCon. Didn't help me find my friend though. But that exists. If you go to BlizzCon, just know somewhere behind one of the walls lies Mr. Mafia Boss.
Neat.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm ever going to a convention.
Ever again. For any reason.
Yeah. That's actually legitimate. I don't think I will.
I don't know if I will. I mean, part of me misses like parts of it, but part of me is like, God, I'm so glad we're not traveling all the time, not getting any sleep, and coming home sick.
Yeah, that was always the recipe. It was like a lot of traveling, a lot of like work and obligations, and then getting sick on top of it. That was always the recipe.
Dude, yeah. I don't know how I ever did that. Like the pandemic, being at home, trapped at home stuff. I don't know how I used to survive like going out for fun. The convention seems like a whole other world. I can't imagine. That sounds terrible now. How did I ever do that? Like on your feet, doing meet and greets and things, and like running around, and I don't know, man.
I don't know.
I don't know how you did either. You always had way more stuff than us.
Yeah,
We would do one thing, or it was like the three of us, or like the five of us, or the tour group guys, or whatever. And I'd get done with that and be like, "Whoo!" And then it would be like, "Mark, you gotta go. You got another thing. I gotta get in 5 minutes." And you were like, "Okay, we're going over here.
I'll see you guys at midnight tonight when I get back to the hotel."
You guys want to have dinner on Sunday in 2 days? I guess. I don't know. See you never.
Yeah. Okay, I got a story about how I got away with breaking the rules. This is back in 2015, and I know the year because I just recently had to rethink about this. Do you guys remember when I was back in Cincinnati and I went to the hospital?
Yeah. I got a picture of pretending to kill you.
I know. Yeah, it was a very fun time.
Hilarious.
So when I went there, a lot of people were worried because, I posted that video on YouTube with my voice all hoarse because I had a tube down my throat and whatever. Like, the part where I got away with breaking the rules, it's partly because the rules were very stupid, and we're talking about health insurance here. So a little facet of that whole story was actually played out on Twitter, because when I got to the hospital, I had health insurance at the time, or at least I thought I did. I was paying for insurance, and I had been paying for insurance. I bought insurance myself ever since I was able to pay for insurance, just in case something like this ever happened, because I had a proclivity at the time to going to the hospital a lot. Not that I don't now, but that happens for me. So I get to the hospital and, I'm, the pain, whatever. And then in the midst of all that, one of the not doctors or nurses, but one of the office administrators walks into my room with a clipboard and glasses and a pen and says, the insurance we have on file for you is not valid. So do you have any other insurance? And I'm like, why would I have another insurance? Why would I have backup insurance? I have
like
that
that this
insurance.
person is the manager from Office Space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. These insurance reports. So I'm, in pain. So, I don't know. I guess I'll make a call or something. So I pull out my health insurance card, and I call them up, and they say that your insurance has been invalid as of a month ago. And I'm like, that's poor timing. Why?
Jeez.
Pray tell why. And it's because, if I'm remembering this properly, I don't specifically remember, but it's because they sent a letter to my old address in Cincinnati where I first got the insurance. And they sent this letter, and it was some kind of update of policies that I needed to consent to, or something like that. I didn't get the letter because I was in California at the time. I had been paying them money, mind you. I had been paying money. And so their rules stated that it didn't matter whether I was paying money or not until I accepted that the insurance would not be valid. I thought this was bullshit in between me going, ooh, and ow, and ouch. So I, really not really tolerating bullshit. I tweeted publicly directly at the insurance, like, hey, why the fuck did you get me rid of my insurance? And I solved it through DMs, and they said they would call my hospital room. And so the next thing you know, in 2 minutes, my phone in my room, I think Tyler might have been there when this happened because he was visiting me too. But my mom was there, and I believe Tyler was there. But then just like the phone rings, and I get this very concerned call from someone at the insurance company. Like, oh, I'm so sorry. So it's not really so as that I got away with breaking the rules. It's that the rules were so stupid in the first place that they did not want this, like, bad press to come out. That they declined my life-saving operation for this reason.
That's not a great article. The headline, medical healthcare insurance provider kills Markiplier because they refused. He didn't fill out a form and they refused him healthcare.
Yep.
That's probably worth dodging.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit. I was because it was late night on I think it was a Friday or something like that. So normal customer service hours, it was not. Yeah. So this was a very special call that I got just because they care so much.
Yeah, no, they really wanted to make sure you got the care you needed. That's what they were here for.
That's what health insurance providers really care about.
Dude, having Twitter followers is a weird thing. I had that when we were coming home from the European tour. I flew through London, and then I was supposed to fly through Boston and then to North Carolina to home.
Yeah.
And there was this crazy ass windstorm in Boston, like worst turbulence I've ever had. The entire airport shut down after I landed. And it was kind of like when you got stuck when Delta's computers just broke when you got stuck in DC.
Yeah.
Everything was just ruined, right? They closed down a whole airport for a whole evening. So like I got like the last hotel room I could find, and I was just stuck. I was like calling the airline like, hey, so when can I go? And they were like, I don't know, call back in a couple of days. And I was like, what? And I just tweeted something that was like, I don't remember. I tweeted at whichever airline, Delta or someone, and I was like, oh my god, they're so screwed right now. I can't even get a flight. I'm stuck forever. And then like a couple hours later, I just get a DM from the account for the airline that was like, hey, my son is like a huge fan of Mark and you guys, and like I know you're on the way home from the tour right now because you guys have been like tweeting about it. Let me see if I can help you out. And they like sketchy got me a seat. Like I showed up to the airport and the guy was like, you don't have a seat. And I was like, they sent me this confirmation thing. And then he looked and was like, oh, weird, you do kind of have a seat. I don't know, I can print you a ticket, but you don't have like an assign. Weird. And I got a flight home, but like I didn't even have, I mean, I guess it was because they followed up me because we were on tour and we were all tweeting stuff and whatever. But like that feels a little unfair to everyone else who can't get that kind of leverage. But also,
100%.
that's such a weird experience.
It is. It really is. I don't do that anymore. I used to do it a lot. I would like tweet at companies all the time. I think the last time I did it was that Delta thing. And I made a whole video about that, mostly just because it was so infuriating. I went to that airport, I think, 4 times.
I remember.
And
I drove you most of them.
Yeah, you drove me there. That's right. And every single time they were like, "You don't worry, your plane is taking off. You're gonna get on this plane." I'd go through all the security, and then I'd call Bob and be like, "Hey, guess what?"
Yeah, well, that was the really sad part. The first couple times I drove you and dropped you off, and then was leaving and was like, "All right, bud, see ya."
Yeah.
He's gone. And then like the first time I was at home already and gotta go. And then the second time I was like 10 minutes away, and you were like, "Hey, can you pick me up?" You were so mad.
Yeah. By the third time you dropped me off, we didn't even hug anymore. We'd just be like, "See you in 5. See you in 5."
I hope you leave. Don't come back.
Oh man, good.
I think I've only ever tweeted at a company once, and I think it was like a veterinarian that was really just doing a shit job of taking care of our. I think it was our cat at the time.
Tweeted at a vet. That's not the same, man. I gotta say.
Was it like a big corporate vet or
that
something?
sounds like a personal attack, man.
What do you mean? No, it was a very.
Was it just
tweet.
someone's personal account?
No, it was actually the veterinarian, like the name of the clinic itself. But
how big was this?
for me to do that, like it was pretty bad because I've never really done that. But I was livid with how they were handling our cat post surgery.
Yeah,
That's fair.
They called me. They were like, "We've never had more than like one social interaction a week. You tweeted us and like our socials are blowing up. We didn't know how to turn off the notification noises." So they were very eager to help me. I guess the 5 people that responded to their tweet, they had no idea how to handle it. Good times. Bob, how do you abuse your power? Or what was the question?
Times I've got away with breaking the rules.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. So mine. What's the statute of limitations on this? I don't know. We're probably safe, right, Mark?
It's fine. It's fine.
Okay. We, Mark and I lived together. I don't know if anyone's heard this story before. Mark and I lived together freshman year of college. Probably news to a lot of people, but yeah. So we lived together, and at some point, well, I don't know. I don't think you did, but I had never had any alcohol before I went to college. And at some point, I was tainted. I was turned into a bad kid. Don't do this. But at some point, I started like going out and drinking at parties and stuff for fun, and just a little bit, nothing crazy. But at some point, Mark and I were like, you know what we should do? We should have our RA is pretty cool. He doesn't seem to care very much. We should have like a party, right? We should have a party in our dorm room. That's not allowed. You're not. Our dorm was completely dry, which it wasn't ever.
Yeah.
There were like parties constantly everywhere in the dorm room, but you weren't supposed to do that. That was against the rules. And but Mark and I wanted to be cool and have a party, and we had a friend. I think it was Irvin. You remember Irvin?
Yeah, Irvin. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm not afraid to use his name because I know him, and he would probably think it was cool that he was the older friend who bought alcohol. But he was an older friend, and he bought alcohol for us.
Mm-hmm. He's going to jail.
And,
I'm calling the police.
If he's going to jail, it's not for that.
Oh no!
Look, I don't. Irvin was an interesting dude, and we had some good times together. But I will give you the image of him as I would describe him as my friend I know who is a professional, semi-professional poker player, and I don't know if he still is, but that was his main thing that he did to make money. So if you've ever known anyone who's a semi-professional poker player.
Well, me, I played poker once.
They're wholesome people. You played poker once. No, he like would get Airbnbs in Vegas with buddies for 3 months and just go into the casinos and play poker for 12 hours at a time. Crazy stuff. But he hooked us up and bought a bunch. We were gonna have a big party, so we got like a case of Smirnoff Ices, the coolest drink there is, and I think it was a case of some kind of beer, maybe Bud Light Lime or something, and Mark and I don't know if we hadn't really given it much thought or if this was just the plan we came up with, but the plan that we ended up going with for getting the drinks into our dorm room was, because you can't carry the cases in, obviously you're not supposed to have it. We were like, we know. We've got backpacks. Backpacks are great for carrying lots of stuff, obviously. And all you got to do is take all of the very clinky, loud glass bottles of liquid out of the out of the boxes, and put them into the backpacks. There's no problem with that. It'll be fine. Then we'll just carry our backpacks nonchalantly in the lobby doors where you have to scan your card, past the cameras, wave and smile at the group of RAs that are sitting in the lobby, checking to make sure no one's doing anything that's breaking the rules or sketchy. We were like, it'll be fine. The backpacks will be very discreet. I don't know if any of you have figured out what the problem is yet, but we didn't have anything to put in between the bottles. We didn't bring like shirts or towels. We put like 60 glass bottles into our 2 backpacks so that once it was on your back, every move you made was like clink, clank, clank, clanking.
This is so funny because on TikTok just this morning, there's a sound that people are starting to use. That's literally that sound, bottles shaking around in a backpack. So people know what it is now. Sorry, continue.
Why do you like put the bottles in a sock or something?
How many socks do you think we have?
Yeah,
you think we have 60 socks?
How many beers did you have?
I said like 60. It was a lot.
It was like
in one
36 pack. It was
two backpacks,
big boxes.
Big backpacks.
Yeah. Turns out you can
fit, no problem.
They fit, yeah. And we were like,
it wasn't
hell
a question of fitting in.
Fit right in there.
Well, it was a question of fitting in, but not in that way.
Yeah.
Everything fit inside the backpack, but like literally, it was 2 of us. And there's a big staircase. We did this in the back seat of the car. Irvin like dropped us off. There's a big staircase you have to go down to get. And I think on the walk to the staircase, we were probably like, oh, it's a little clinky. Just walk smoothly. But on the staircase, when you really have to take steps, it was like a comedy sketch. Like it was like a joke cacophony. And I think we both realized like, shit. And I didn't come up with anything. Like at this point, I'm just like, I don't know. Do we throw the backpacks in the dumpster and never come back? Do we give up? And Mark, I don't know if you looked at me or what, but like right as we're getting to the door, Mark is just like, follow my lead. And he like swipes his security card on the door, pulls it open, and as the door opens, as we're about to be audible to the group of people waiting inside, you know, guarding the lobby, Mark is just like, oh yeah, do you remember that one time? Like, and he just starts telling the loudest story I've ever heard. And I was so taken aback. I don't think I talked. I think I left you completely hanging. So the whole time we're in the lobby, we're shuffling in like arms out, like don't make clinks, and you're just like, yeah. And then he went to, and the car, you're like trying to tell a story, and I'm just like terrified, staring at you. And the RAs, if they heard the clinking, like. The sound of a person's talking loudly does not remove the sound of glass clinking.
Well, my problem was I was gesticulating as I was talking, which just meant, did you know the clink, the thing, and there was an opera at CCM tonight?
So there's like a group of like 5 RAs sitting at the front desk just watching.
More
just
RAs
hearing...
than there ever would be normally. Yeah. There were 4 of them. Why?
There's like extras, and yeah, they're just sitting there at the desk, sitting, whatever. What they heard was a bunch of bottles of alcohol clinking because they fucking know what that sound is. And you talking loudly, like they watched us and they were like, yeah, hey, yeah, okay. Like they knew. But we as soon as the elevator doors closed, I just remember like you stopped talking, we looked at each other, and we're just like, perfect.
No, you forgot one part in there.
Wait.
Because they were flabbergasted, but then they recovered as you are like panically pressing the elevator open button, and I'm still talking to you as if nothing's problem. And we both, for some reason, I think I remember we were facing the RAs talking to each other. We weren't even like facing the elevator doors, and one of them starts to come towards us as like to say something, you know, because this is obviously hilarious to them. And was it you or me that just started like, did you know there's an opera at CCM tonight? As we back into the elevator, and I just remember the expression on his face. He was so stunned. He didn't understand what was happening, that we backed in the elevator. We were still talking as the doors were closing. Yeah, I think I might be going to the clunk. And like, I think we fist bumped. I'm pretty sure that happened. That's what I remember.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Man, you guys are good at playing it cool. I would have never suspected anything weird at all.
Do you think they still tell that story? Like, do you think? I always wonder if like the story is like in different ways. If we're even stupider from the outside. God.
How many of those stories do you think they have?
Oh my God.
Well, I don't remember if this was the same party or not, but I know. So our guy on our floor, our RA on our floor was pretty chill, and we didn't really do a lot of loud stuff, but I think it might have been the aftermath of us smuggling all that in, because we had a bunch of people in our room. We were being super loud. We had like the music was on. We're having a big party, and suddenly out of nowhere there's a knock on the door. And like we had like rearranged the furniture in the rooms. There was a bigger space, so there was like a desk kind of in front of the door that I think we had maybe been playing beer pong on or something. I don't remember, but there was also a bottle of vodka sitting on the desk, which I sincerely don't remember where that came from. But like it was like a commercial, like it was sitting on the desk, label facing the door, and there was a knock at the door, and I was like, somebody else must have heard. I'll go, let me go let in this party guest. And I like scooch around the desk, swing the door wide open, and our RA is standing there looking, and the bottle of vodka is like 4 feet away from him. He just looks in, and it's just like, it's kind of late. Can you guys just be a little bit quieter? And just like sadly walked back down the hall to his room. Just like, I'm in charge of a bunch of morons. Oh God, Jesus Christ. But like, I can only imagine how many stories those, if you work that job, you must have, especially in that dorm.
Oh my God. Well, it's such a weird bag of people, right? It's just like you've got musicians, there was engineers. Well, there was engineer, me, and then you had like business major on the other side. There was a few business majors. Right. It was such a weird smattering of people, like very diverse, you know, just made for a good crowd.
I'm having a brain blast.
Oh,
Mark, do you remember the 11th floor sock races? Is this a thing? you
You'd
in
have
on
to
this?
describe it to me. I don't.
Okay.
The name isn't ringing a bell.
I don't remember. I mean, I would say this is probably breaking the rules, but there was one night where I remember the kid. He was real lanky. He was like a theater tech guy. He always had his belt with like 1,000 keys and gaff tape, and he wore crazy hats and stuff.
Sure.
He was an interesting guy. And one night he just rallied like our whole floor and was like, guys, I have an idea. It's the weekend. Let's get crazy. Everyone strip down to boxer shorts or underwear and socks. And then what we're going to do is we're going to call the elevator. One guy's going to hold the elevator, and we're all going to pile into the elevator in our underwear and socks and nothing else. And then we're going to hit the top floor, which I think was the 11th floor. And then as soon as the doors open, it's a race around the 11th floor. You go out, you go to the left, you go to the far end, you loop, like it's a circular dorm building, right? So there's a race around, and then back on the elevator.
Wait,
and it's just a race.
I do remember this. I don't remember being in our underwear.
It was
I do remember this
some guys
happening.
were definitely in their underwear because I have a very specific vision of that. I was not in my underwear. I volunteered to hold the elevator door because I was not down for that.
Yeah,
but I wanted to participate.
I know this happened. Like I do remember this being a thing. I don't know if I participated. I don't remember seeing anybody naked unless it's one of those things where you all ran past real quick. And I was just like, what the fuck did I just see? I have no idea. I don't think
Maybe
I participated.
we did it multiple times. I know that there was a time where it was underwear and socks only because I remember because there were a lot of us in a relatively small and dangerous feeling elevator.
I missed the dorm experience, and I feel like I missed a lot.
Yeah.
You missed a lot, man.
Yeah, you missed a lot. Yeah. Good times. Good times.
Only good things happen in the dorm.
Wait, was Irvin the guy whose life you ruined with WoW?
No.
That was Aaron.
Aaron.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, he was a percussion major who Mark introduced to WoW, and I think it's fair and accurate to say you actually ruined his life with
Key
that.
term was a percussion major.
Yeah, he was a percussion major until he started playing WoW for 20 hours a day and developed carpal tunnel in both arms.
Yeah. But goddamn, he was good at that game. He was good. That guy, unbelievable.
He was good at like all games. Remember he had that laptop where he had a bunch of like classic emulators and just like hundreds of games.
Yeah, and he showed that one. I think it was called. Is it like Mugen? Mugen, the fighting game.
Sounds the fighting game. I remember
Broly from Dragon Ball Z up against Sephiroth or whatever it was. You can fight anyone, but yeah, no, he was definitely like super into games, stuff like that. But also then he got super into.
The reason we know that his life was ruined was because we lived with him freshman year, and I saw him around maybe a couple years because I was in the music school, and like so we crossed paths. We were in ensembles, but I didn't really keep up with him. But you and I were out somewhere, or were we like B-dubs?
Yeah, it
or
was
somewhere in
B-dubs.
public.
Yeah, definitely B-dubs.
Okay, and Aaron was there, and he came over, or we went and said hey to him or whatever. And he literally had like the carpal tunnel braces on both arms.
Yeah.
And we talked to him. And it was WoW. He confirmed it was WoW.
It was WoW. I wonder what he's up to now.
Probably WoW.
I don't know.
Probably
WoW's kind of
playing
dead
WoW right this moment. He's probably playing New World. Probably playing Final Fantasy 14.
Probably. That one probably maybe. If he was still on the train.
Yeah, that's pretty popular. Actually.
All right. I just want to let you guys know we passed $10,000 in terms of donations.
Hell yeah.
We long ago passed the reward limit for Q&A. Like that got locked a while ago.
Yeah, 1 minute, guys. 1 minute. 10 minutes.
No, it's fine. They wanted it. It's in. They got it in.
Did you figure out how to get the questions?
I have a way.
What?
I don't. There doesn't seem to be a way for me to look specifically at like a list of questions, but I can scroll through the donations and see who submitted questions because there's a little star next to their donation.
What?
Oh.
Shouldn't we? Should we
No,
talk?
like,
Ask Tiltify, or should they?
I'm sure that there is a way, and I just don't know what it is. But this will work.
Okay. Could I take a bathroom break before
Yeah,
that?
you guys want to take a quick break, and then
Can
when
we
we come
take a
back, we'll do
quick
a little
break?
Q&A.
Hey,
I
everyone,
love that for us.
everyone watching, there's a link down there. Now's your chance to donate to this great cause. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Doesn't have to be
Just a little bit.
just a little bit.
Starfish. Just a little starfish.
Chuck a buck. Chuck a buck. Chuck a buck. Chuck a buck.
You cannot donate negative amounts. It has to be positive amounts.
Moderator is putting out the donation link. Chuck a buck. Chuck a buck. Chuck a buck. All right, we'll be back in 5.
Type 5.
Type 5.
5 it is.
charity joyously jabbering jaw about the most amusing time for the funniest show in the world. Please prepare for cheers. I enjoy the show.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Hi. Hey. Hi there.
What were you guys doing?
I was shaking and crying, RN.
Yeah, I've seen that in chat some. Seems like some people are shaking and crying today.
Mm-hmm. It's going around.
Is that a meme, or is that a thing, a real thing?
I don't know, but it sounds really dumb.
People just upset today.
That also sounds really dumb. It's a Sunday and we're doing a charity stream. People should be really happy.
How dare you be upset?
Yeah, get over your life. Ours is more important. Donate money.
Yeah. You should donate, though. We're raising money. There's a link in chat or in the panel next to the stream or below the stream. I don't know how it works. But you should click it.
There's a
And
link
donate.
being provided in the chat right now. We're currently at $10,741.
It's true. Megan just donated $20. Alana the Lioness just donated $1. Anonymous donated $4.02, which I thought was going to be $4.20, but isn't.
Good try.
Anyway, should we answer some like Q&A questions or whatever, I guess?
Yes, there's probably only a couple of those, right?
How many could there be? That's fine.
How many
What's
are there?
10,000 divided by 25? It's like 10, right?
I honest to God looked and I can't find a way. I can't. There's got to be a list somewhere, right?
There's got to be a list. One would
There's
think.
got to be a list, right?
Maybe in the back end? Have you looked in the back end? Have you looked in the back rooms?
The back rooms.
Yeah.
I deactivated it. It was already deactivated. And said manage. What if I go to manage? What's
Manage,
under
sounds
that
good.
tab?
Manage.
That's a list of oh you know what? I could export donations as a file, and then I don't have like a spreadsheet thing on this computer because it's a video games computer.
Google Sheets. You could go to Google Sheets.
Oh, that's true. This guy. Sheets. If I type in Google Sheets, why doesn't it just take me to Google Sheets?
While you're doing that, I'd like to take a moment to promote my new podcast, Go My Favorite Sports Team, with me and Tyler. Hey, do you want to know about sports? No one's stopping? Hell yeah. Do you want to know about sports?
Yeah, keep going. This is great. I love this.
No, I
like
love
me.
your self-destruction, by all means.
Do you want to know about sports?
Do you like s'mores
Do you like
and sports? Well,
like
let me tell you about s'mores.
You go to Spotify or someplace like that and type in Go My Favorite Sports Team. You're going to find our new podcast. A video to promote it was supposed to come out on Thursday. I got lazy. I was busy with other things. It's coming. And hey, you can go listen to it right now. Why not? Right?
Can I tap into your sports expertise?
Yeah. What's up? I learned a lot.
Can you tell me the Bengals Who Day chant?
It's
Your city's team.
who day think they gonna beat them Bengals?
I honest to God cannot
Close.
even open a file. How do I do this?
That's you know what? I'll give you credit. That's close enough. That's close enough.
You gotta go to
It's
like
one word off.
Google Sheets, new file, import, and then in the far right tab of import is upload.
There we go. Yeah, there we go. Got it.
Yep.
Okay, good. There's a bunch of private personal information on my screen right now. Nothing in this file about the reward.
Okay.
Mark, do you know who the Bengals are playing in the Super Bowl?
They are playing the LA Rams.
Do you know where the Rams were prior to being in LA?
I don't know. Why would I know that?
Because it wasn't that long ago.
Why would I know
Football.
that?
They were in football. Who cares?
They were
St. Louis. I was just tapping into your sports knowledge, but you know,
they were from St. Louis beforehand.
wow,
Oh, he got it.
I guess.
I can't believe it.
All right.
Yeah, let me tell you. Learned a lot.
I've got a system that works. We're gonna do the Q&A and the system that works. All right.
Okay. All right. It's Q&A time, everybody.
It's Q&A
Distractible,
time.
everyone. Mark's new podcast, Distractible.
Go My Favorite Sports Team.
My favorite sports team is Distractible. So,
Hell yeah.
the first question is from Lucian, and it is what do y'all think about frogs?
They're very riveting.
Okay. That's what we collectively think about frogs. I don't have anything to add to that.
Yeah, I got
I don't know
nothing
what
else.
they thought was going to happen. Sable Flag wants to know if we saw the NFT bros who bought a copy of an old Dune art book for $3 million and now think they own Dune as an IP.
Oh, I did see this.
The book is apparently worth 25 grand on its own, but these guys are idiots who think they own Dune now, I guess.
I kind of glanced over this. I try to ignore most of these things, but I did see this. But there was some other detail about how, like, they don't think they own Dune, but it's still just as stupid the other reason. What was it? Let me look into this.
I don't know. I see the letters N, F, and T together, and I just turn on something else.
Spice DAO made waves when they triumphantly tweeted about the recent acquisition of a rare art book, Jodorowsky's Dune, the guidebook to an ambitious but ill-fated film adaptation of Dune. These spice heads had big plans to convert the book into NFTs, burn the physical copy, and adapt the story into an animated series. There's just one problem. Little did they know they don't actually own the copyright to Dune. All they own is one very expensive book. Okay, so you might be right
So they
about
literally
that. Yeah.
bought a book of art and were like, and we'll make this into a show because we own it. How can, so this is the thing, NFTs are a bunch of, the NFT culture is a bunch of like bros who are like, bro, this is the future, it's Web 3.0 and all this stuff. This all about ownership, the blockchain as a form of ownership and proof of ownership. How can people who are in that world not so fundamentally not understand basic copyright law? How did that happen?
Why would they understand basic copyright? The only reason I know
That's the
basic
whole
copyright
game,
law
I don't know.
is because I
Therefore
started
they
doing
own
YouTube.
copyright law.
Yeah, exactly. It supersedes it. It's
bought-
decentralized. Therefore,
They bought an NFT of the Constitution, so they thought they would be above the law.
Yeah, they own it. They own the law.
yeah.
Actually bought an NFT of a picture of Ruth Bader Ginsburg, so I thought I could just make whatever law I wanted now.
Yeah.
The Supreme Court, that's me, highest court in the land.
Quid pro quo, you are on the Supreme Court if you own that. Quid pro quo. I own the NFT to that word, so I know how to use it correctly.
Yeah, obviously.
Obviously.
This only strengthens my belief that NFTs are a scam, and I hope they go away. It's not a scam,
Good
bro.
question.
It's the
Good
future.
question.
Great
Good
question,
question.
great question.
Good
All right,
question.
here's a Deece question. Marissa Exley, that's not how that's spelled, but there's a phonetic pronunciation, thank you, wants to know what grade had the largest number of our favorite memories.
Freshman
You
year.
have a
K through
Aw.
12.
That's not a grade though. If it's specifically,
babe.
yeah.
That's
but-
13th grade.
If it's actually about grade, just by pure quantity, I guess senior year of high school. Because a lot happened in senior year of high school. Freshman through junior was kind of floater years. I don't even remember sophomore and junior at all. Like I got like no
I'm gonna-
memories out of there.
I'm gonna go with freshman year of high school, and part of that's because I declared war on one of my teachers, and it was fun.
Hell yeah.
It was the only time I ever did it.
I remember that. You told that story. What, did you tell that on the podcast or something?
Probably,
I
yeah.
remember that. Sounded very spiteful.
Oh yeah.
Fun time.
Oh yeah. We had a good time.
I think mine is probably senior year of high school too. My first 3 years of high school, I thought I was gonna be a football player. That didn't really pan out. I don't know what to do. Senior year, I got a girlfriend for the first time in my life. That was pretty cool, and it was a good year. I had friends for the first time in my life.
That's good. That's good.
That's only kind of true. I have more friends. How about that?
Okay.
That was a good year. Good question. Thank you.
Thank you.
Pew Pew's question is all lowercase. Favorite movie?
Jurassic Park.
Ratatouille.
Pulp Fiction. Ratatouille.
Ratatouille. I love Ratatouille.
The man who just learned about tasting and chewing food not 6 months ago's favorite movie is about a rat that can taste and chew his food?
Yep.
Is that a new development, or have you been a Ratatouille fan since before you did that?
No, I've been a Ratatouille fan for a while. I don't know what it is about the movie. It's not so much that I think it's the best movie ever made. I can just watch that nonstop, and I get the same, like, it's a very, like, pleasant, comfortable movie for me, because, you know, you get, like, all the food and, like, the warmth of it, and you get, like, the Paris and all the beautiful architecture, and it's, like, really well made, and I like the music. It's just, like, a very consistently entertaining movie for me.
It is.
Yeah. It's just,
That,
I think
you
it's
know
a
what
very
I you know
well-made
what I
movie.
would compare to that? Not
What?
necessarily my favorite movie, but another one that's like that for me. Kung Fu Panda. It's always good.
People make fun of Kung Fu Panda. I think
I
it's a
love
very
it.
solid movie. It's very good.
It's the sequels and all the spin-off stuff.
Yeah,
It's fine. The first Kung Fu Panda, great movie.
Mm-hmm.
Always good to watch. If it's on the airplane, if I'm on a flight and Kung Fu Panda's on there, or Ratatouille, both of those are instant yeses for sure. I get that.
I like my favorite Disney movie is still going to be Great Mouse Detective, where the mice get drunk and then they misbehave and the rat feeds them to a cat. That's probably
good,
the best
that's
one.
Good, that's good. But we didn't say Disney movie.
Well, I saw this Jurassic Park's my favorite movie. Best Disney movie is Great Mouse Detective.
Ah, gotcha.
I'm giving a bonus answer because I
Have
want
you
to
guys-
talk more.
Have you guys seen Encanto?
No,
I have not.
It's good. You should watch it.
I've heard.
It's good. It's good.
I've not had the chance.
Next question is from Floppy Bacon _ Buster. What is the scariest thing that you have ever experienced?
Being hit by a semi.
Ah, it always comes back to the car. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only time in my life I've really had my life flash before my eyes and thought I was gonna die. So, yeah, definitely that.
That's fair, I guess. I don't know. I haven't really had any scary experiences. I'm pretty safe.
I've had quite a few scary experiences. Most of them are very serious and not fun to talk about. So I'll just say I've had a few to pick from.
Yeah. Mine is maybe I had a very minor car crash one time where I was like sleepy. It was just a bad decision, and I like changed lanes into a car. But the car that hit me was also going like super fast. Like it was one of those things where when we both got out of our car and pulled over, and I was like, "Oh God, shit, this is my fault." And the lady got out of the car and was like, I don't know how that happened. I just looked down for a second. Like she was going like double the speed limit or some crazy shit." But I had forgot my phone. Somehow I left the house. I was going to just like pick up food or something, and I didn't have my phone. And so like the police got there, and I'm just like, Mandy is waiting for me to bring home Wendy's or something, and shit, I have no phone or way to contact her. And I asked the cop to borrow his phone, and I call her a couple times, and she doesn't know that number, so she's like, I'm not answering that. That's a spam call. So, but I didn't leave a voicemail because I'm an idiot. So it wasn't like the crash, but the subsequent stuff of like trying to tell Mandy I'm on the live, and then her being like, "What the hell is going on?" That was not so good.
Good memories. Good memories.
Good
Yeah,
man.
fun
Good
stuff.
question.
Paige Peterson wants to know what our favorite Pokemons is.
Shiny Charizard, Mewtwo, Alakazam. I don't know. Those are all my favorites.
You got one, Mark? You big Pokemon?
I mean, I don't like Pokemon, so I don't really.
Which one's your favorite of the things you hate?
Yeah. Which one's your least hated? How about that?
You seem like a Bidoof kind of guy.
A Bidoof? Oh wait, I've heard of a Bidoof. That's no, not Bidoof. Bidoof. Oh, that one's cute. That's cute. It's a little beaver. That's pretty cute. I'll go with that one.
Yeah.
I like Trubbish. He's a pile of garbage.
What about Garbodor, the evolution?
Is that real?
Yeah.
Garbodor? Oh my god, Garbodor.
Oh my god.
Oh. What a terrible existence.
Is he a mix of garbage and a troubadour? Why is he Garbodor?
I don't know.
Trash spilling out of a large torn garbage bag. Yes, okay, Garbodor is my favorite Pokemon. He's got like cigarette butts and rope.
Wait, I got
cigarette butt fingers and candy eyeballs.
I found a website that's favorite Pokemon picker, and I think it lets you choose one and it'll like sort out which one's your favorite. I like this Gearbox guy.
There's also a Gigantamax Garbodor version.
That's cute.
He has a dildo finger.
There, but that's fun.
Look at his hand.
I picked some. Okay. What am I looking at? It looks like an intestine and it looks like a placenta and a fetus. What? I pick it. I'm picking it. I don't know what that is.
What's it
Look
called?
at the hips on this one. What the hell?
What?
This is weird. I don't know. There's a lot more Pokemon. I don't recognize
What's
any
it
of these.
called? What's it called?
I
Mark?
don't have a name. I'm going through the quiz. I'll let you know when I'm done.
Okay.
Hang on. Hold on.
Placentas and dildos.
I'm serious. It looked like a placenta and a fetus. Like it looked like afterbirth. Is all I'm saying. That teacup's pretty cute.
What the fuck are you looking at?
I'm looking at the Pokemon favorite Pokemon picker. That's what it is. This guy's like a tree. I don't know. That's just a fish. What is that?
Can you send us a picture of the placenta?
I'm not
That's a
there
bit I never
anymore.
thought I
Let me
would-
go through the quiz and I will show you everything.
I can't believe that's a sentence I just asked out loud.
Oh, I like him.
What is with this guy?
Oh, I like Purple Pony.
Purple pony. Well, that's a different. That's not Bidoof. Oh, it does. If I hover over it, that's a Bibberel. I don't like him. I don't like him.
Oh, I like that. That's good.
Pass.
Oh, this is a fun game.
How many of these are
Your
there?
face is blocking a couple of them, Bob.
I'll move it over.
Just let me know when you find.
Oh my
the
god, there's a
Bob.
cat. That's just a cat. I'll take it.
That's just a cat.
It's just a cat.
Oh, I found the tree guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's a hippo. It's
I
a
like grubbin.
hippo.
What the hell is Magnezone? What happened?
Magnezone.
Well, I know Magnemite and Magneton. Who's Magnezone?
Oh, that's the third evolution.
This one's got like a dress. Lilligant.
Wait till you see like Galarian
Legend.
Vulpix and all. They've changed everything.
Oh my god. Who are you? Whalmer. What the hell is you? Conkledurr. His name is Conkledurr with two R's.
Wow.
He carries around big stone dick things.
That's a purple skunk with weird eyes named Stunky.
Stunky?
Stunky? It defaults into Stunk Tank. No, the hell it does not.
It does too.
Stunk Tank.
Oh man. That was cute.
Why is it evolve into Stunk Tank? And why does he have an emo tail?
I don't know. That is another
What
tree.
in the hell
How
is
many
happening?
trees are there?
Tank.
This is just a koala called Kamala. That
what?
seems lazy to me. There's also Stunfisk
Oh boy.
and Palpitoad, Krogunk. Man, you guys are really scraping the bottom here.
Krogunk. Oh, this one's
Those
just
aren't
got a
even the
tumor
newer
on
ones.
its ass.
They gave up a while ago.
Oh my god. I am so not far into this quiz.
Yeah, the little thing at the bottom progresses a tiny sliver at a time.
This is a penguin with his head frozen. What is that?
Oh, there's a tree with legs that's called a Zerka tree.
I'm just gonna
Did
have
you
to.
see the ice cream cone called Vanillish?
I just got to do one of those videos where I look at all these and try to come up with a name for it. Cause, good God.
Oh, what is this one? Blacephalon. Oh yeah, I love it. This
All
one
right.
looks like a sloth snake called Silicobra.
I'm just gonna skip through the. There's 602 more to get. No, I'm done.
Oh jeez.
I'm done. Thank you. I'm done.
Okay.
Oh, Gray Ninja is apparently one of the top 10 favorite Pokemon of the year.
Not as good as Green
It's the
Ninja,
third
thank
evolution
you.
of Froakie.
Oh sure.
That's an. I don't know. Next question.
My favorite is still Trubbish. Moving on. Oh no, what was it? Grorbor?
Gigantamax Garbodor.
Gigantamax Garbodor. There we go. That's my new favorite Pokemon. Avtu wants to know, what was our most favorite childhood memory?
Spending time at my grandparents' cabin, like out on their pontoon on the river/lake.
I guess just going into the woods with my brother. Those good memories. Good times. I
Either
think
the lake or Candy Uncle, one of the two.
Yeah. I remember I found my uncle right before he mysteriously exploded.
My favorite is probably summer vacations in northern Michigan, going like lakes and like boats and fishing and stuff, that sort of stuff. This is not a question, but Kick Club says that Kick Club Productions has a surprise for you. I guess we'll see about that.
For who?
You,
us
I
in
think.
general. You know.
Okay.
Untrusted Life asks,
Well,
I put it into Google Translate. Nothing came out, so I'm really unsure about that one. But
Okay.
Yes, I guess would be my answer.
I'm gonna go with no.
I gave my answer.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Kit Club actually did ask a question as well. What is one of your most life-changing moments, like a light switch that changed the course of your entire life? Doesn't have to be serious. For example, Mark, choose food now.
I mean, I guess that would be one.
It's a pretty big one for you, honestly.
It is. It has really changed my experience with food.
That party where Mark and I talked about YouTube and stuff before Drunk Minecraft.
The choice to go to law school was a big one. The main change that created for me was that I have a crushing amount of student loans, but it's a pretty big impact, I guess.
I guess just like deciding to do something on my own post that surgery. Not the one we were talking about earlier, but like before I did YouTube. When I
Yeah, I
started
mean, it
just
kind of
trying to
worked
build
out.
things. Yeah.
I think you should revisit graphic novels.
I've thought about it. I have a few ideas.
You could still finish that degree.
I could. What do I got to do to get an honorary degree? Just give me one.
Just
I'd
call them,
probably
be like,
donate
"Hey,
a
can I be
bunch
an
of money to a
engineer?"
university.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Issa wants to know, how's Chica? That seems like a Mark question, I gotta be honest.
Oh, I'll answer that one. Chica's doing great.
Thank you.
Well, that really worked
Well,
out.
that's the answer. What do you mean?
I'm glad that that's the answer. I hope Chica does great forever.
Mm-hmm.
Mumbles wants to know, what are our favorite flowers and why? Well, you know us. You know we've got favorite flowers locked in, ready to go.
I like sunflowers. Pretty cool.
I'm gonna go with the ones that make chamomile tea because I got to pluck a few of them in Dying Light too, and I really like seeing those chimomoles.
Interesting. I like tulips because they remind me of Holland, Michigan, and Dutch things in general.
Oh, I could have gone with dandelion. My curative dandelions.
Yeah,
That's true.
but you do know that it's called a chamomile, like the flower.
Yeah,
it's not the
chamomile.
plant that makes the tea. It is
is.
chamomile.
Chamomile. It has a spoon on one of the
Chamomile.
leaves, and it stirs your tea for you.
Chamomile. Yeah.
Chamomile.
Chamomile. Otherwise known as the chamomile.
Chamomile.
Chamomile. Yeah.
Bismuth wants to know, who was our favorite teacher? Well, that seems like skirting the whole rules of the poll that we did, but I guess we could answer that.
Mrs. Bockledge. You
Why?
guys didn't know. Oh, I
Yeah.
mean, she was just great.
What happened?
I went to this this private Christian school when I was like kindergarten to third grade, I believe, and it was Mrs. Bockledge all the way through. And she was just very nice. You know, nothing but good memories. And then I went to public school, and that was a nightmare.
Damn.
Very different.
Mine would be Dr. Keller. He was my band director for the first 3 years of high school and my trombone teacher privately. He was a good role model and a great band director. And I learned a lot from him. Yeah. And I don't think he'd be proud of what I'm doing right now, but
Come on.
I tried.
It's not your fault.
What about you,
I
Wade?
forget his name, but I had a philosophy of law professor who kind of reminded me of like a not angry, sober Russell Crowe. But he was
Wait,
really
what?
smart.
Are you? What?
You know, Russell Crowe.
Always angry and drunk? Wait, what?
Well, no, he's not always angry and
I
drunk.
feel
but
like
just
this
like-
could be
Oh, most of the
slanderous
time.
at some point.
I'm not speaking about Russell Crowe so much as my professor.
But you didn't talk about your professor. You talked about Russell Crowe.
Okay,
Predominantly.
my interpretation of Russell Crowe is like I only see stories about him like whenever he throws his phone at people and stuff. I don't know Russell Crowe. He's probably a great guy, but I only know what the media portrays him as. All right, that's all I've got.
You are
But
the
this
media
professor kind of looked like
in this
Russell
case.
Crowe. He had like a nice voice. Like Russell Crowe's got a cool voice. He had a cool voice like Russell Crowe. But the professor was really smart. He was tenured and he was like about to retire. And he just did not give a shit. So he would talk about whatever he wanted to, and it was usually something interesting. I really enjoyed the classes, and I still felt like I learned a lot. It was a good class. This is not a Russell Crowe slandal. Okay, he's fine. I said that exactly how I wanted to say it.
I've got one I can answer for all of us.
Great, please do.
Chloe wants to know if we'd ever come to England to do a meet and greet. We already did. Sorry.
Got him.
I'm trying to scroll through. I was going to make the cutoff 1 o'clock for the questions. I'm trying to scroll through and find a real banger to end on. I like this one. I've lost the name of the person who asked it. But someone asked, General Justinian asked, what do you think is the funniest or one of the funniest things each of the other one of you has said?
Said?
I would say maybe let's phrase it as what is like the funniest joke or thing that has happened that you have found the funniest of us between us, if you know what I mean.
I remember when we were doing Drunk Minecraft, and I feel like Mark had a spree of spilling shit on his various keyboards, and he had to pull out the tiny fucking keyboard and then bitched about it the whole rest of the recording. And even like if I was sober, I would have laughed, but since we've been drinking, it was like a million times funnier. And I just remember like giggling my ass off the whole time he was on that fucking tiny keyboard. For Bob, it's either Bob's fridge, man. That Distractable episode's got to be up there. But also, I remember when we were doing speedrunners, and I ran the wrong way and died, and you laughed for like, I mean, you laughed for such a long time, and you have like the best laugh. And I remember like editing that, and I would just listen to your laugh for like 30 minutes.
That was really funny. It's hard to pick one thing. Okay, this is more of a thing that you do, Mark. But since we've been doing the podcast, especially the like introductory clips that you make, the like stingers. I turned around and he was right behind me. All of those always fucking make me laugh way too long.
I've been meaning to make more. I did have fun with those, and then I fell out of it.
Those are good.
Because I was going to, my whole bit was just going to be, so I was going to come up with a nonstop. I'll get better about it.
But those are gems. For you, Wade, it's really subtle. You make a lot of like pun kind of jokes and like wordplay jokes, and that's not a thing I find like funny all the time. But there's a certain tone that you take where it's like, you expect people are gonna be mad at you or something. Like the way that you say it, you'll just say it kind of like, no, and she didn't mean to or something. It's the tone, the way that you say it. It's like such a defeated thing, but you just bust it out at the most random times. It always makes me laugh.
What was that scream? Did you hear that?
I heard that. I don't know.
What was that?
I didn't hear a scream.
Bob?
No, what's happening?
Right in the middle of
right
your
as you were talking, there was like a like
What?
what the? Did
That
you
was
play
really
it?
loud
Were you
and
playing
sudden.
a clip on your end or something?
No,
What
I'm playing
was that?
music.
Did someone jump in this Discord and just, oh shit, I'm in the wrong
I-
place?
I looked at both of you, like trying to figure out which one of you was getting stabbed.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell? No,
I
who
know.
was that?
My stream, it was loud. My stream heard it.
Yeah, it was loud. All of us heard it.
Uh,
Yeah, that was scary as fuck, whatever it was.
what is
It sounded
happening?
like someone was being murdered in the background.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. Which one of you got replaced by an alternate just now?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I think it was Bob because he's the only one that didn't hear it.
Yeah, apparently.
I'm kind of concerned. I don't.
Anyway, my funniest, it's hard to contextualize ways, but I was watching this clip recently, and someone made this small animation. It was just like, I forget what he was talking about. Like, that's already invented. Sue! Like every time you do an exclamation like that, it's just fucking always makes me laugh. What was that even about? Do you guys remember that? I don't remember the context. It's just like
what was it? What did he say?
I don't know what he was talking. It was from one of the early episodes of Distractable. It was like, it's already invented. Sue! It's just like the way he screams that. It's just so fucking funny to me.
Yeah, me mocking the people that respond to all of our podcast episodes like, there was already a movie about this.
Oh,
you know,
right.
It was called E.T. It came out in the 80s.
Yeah, whenever you're genuinely mocking something, like, you know, like you make a lot of jokes and stuff, but whenever it's like you're actually in, like, not you're mad about it, but just like you're fucking too engaged into it. It's very funny. And Bob just recently on an episode we recorded this past week, that I'm not gonna spoil, but just like when things go wrong for Bob, in the same way as Bob's fridge, but it's just like very funny, and I can't wait for you guys to hear this episode because it's
yeah, wait, I got a quote from Bob. I don't know if I'm supposed to read this or not.
So good.
Bob's text to us after we recorded that episode was, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if I've ever felt like such an idiot. I might never recover from this.
I still, like, I felt personally embarrassed for like the next few days really intensely about that. Like, I moped around the house. I still feel that the impact of what happened.
Yeah,
and I'm in like a funk right now from the level of idiocy that I put on display for you, and it's gonna be published. Yay! Everyone gets to see it.
But it's so funny. It's so funny. Like, it made me laugh so hard.
Well, the last like 10 or 15 minutes is just Mark and I laughing while Bob is struggling to exist.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
No, it's not really bad. It's very funny. Very funny.
Well, amazingly, that was not all the questions that we got.
Shocking.
But I really honestly did scroll through quite a few, and I tried to pick some bangers and only some fillers that were not that good of a question. But I hope you got your question answered. If you didn't, I'm sorry, chat, but there were just a lot of them. I scrolled all the way down. That goes on forever. Turns out you guys really enjoy that sort of thing. I didn't know that, or I may have planned differently. Who could have known?
Who could have known?
But anyway, we've raised $11,838.56, according to the thing on my screen. Thank you so much to everyone who's donated. We are raising money for the Winton Woods Educational Foundation, which is a nonprofit organization that supports the Winton Woods City School District, which is a school district in a community located north of Cincinnati. They provide funding for educational enhancements. I don't know, that's a weird way to put it. They don't fund anything that the district funds. There's no overlapping of funds, but they fund after school things, extra assemblies like the Shakespeare in the Park Company coming and doing a performance. They fund enhancing and engaging opportunities for students that they might not otherwise get because money is tight. I don't know if you've heard, money is tight in the school systems these days. But it's a great organization, and it's supporting a great cause. I was doing this before I came back from the break. I was talking to my chat. I was saying that there's always people who feel bad or say in chat they feel bad, they can't donate, whatever. There are ways you can support the stream without donating. You can share the donation link. You can talk about this cause with your friends, to your family, to anyone who might listen, but you can also get involved. Education is everywhere, and it's important everywhere. This is one specific place where you can help, but your own community, if you have kids that are in school, I'm sure there are ways you could volunteer. If you live in a community where there are schools, which you probably do, you could probably volunteer to assist in lots of ways to support and enhance education for kids, your kids or your neighbor's kids or whoever in your community. Kids are the future. It's like the corniest shit that anyone's ever said, but it's true. The next generation of kids need to be better than us. If the world is going to continue to progress, we need to be making smarter humans, more empathetic humans, more well-adjusted and inspirational, and the next generation probably will be better. I mean, it probably is, because the Zoomers right now are doing all kinds of crazy stuff as compared to my generation. But education is part of what forms that next generation of kids. It is hugely important that kids get all the opportunities that we can make available to them, and that teachers and educators, administrators get all the support we can offer, because they're doing as much as they can, more than ever before right now, with the same or less resources. Teachers are being asked to accommodate a wider range of learning styles and implement more different techniques and more varied lesson plans and approaches, and given the same or less resources. And how is that? That doesn't make any sense. And districts are being asked to do more without giving more money or better facilities or more support. They're being asked to cut budgets and still provide top quality education. It's a lot. Being a teacher is a lot. They need all the help and support that you can offer. So if you can donate here, like Mark did. Mark, thank you for the $1,000.
No, of course.
If you can donate here, that's great. This is a great cause, and you know exactly where your money's going to go. But there are lots of ways in your community, in your children's schools, wherever, that you could get involved that don't require you to make a financial donation. You have time and effort. Hopefully you have some free time that you could dedicate to trying to help ensure that kids get every opportunity that we can give them.
Well said, well spoken. And remember,
Bob, in the Discord, go ahead, Mark.
well, I was just going to say, the link to go to the donation page is being posted in chat or down below my stream here, right down there in the boxes. You can go there, check it out. Deltify, we use it a lot. Feel free to make whatever donation you can. Go ahead. Wait.
I was going to let Bob know if he wants to hear the random scream we heard. I put a clip in the Discord there. Somebody in your chat clipped it, Mark, so. Like 6 or 7 seconds, and they're just like a.
And those people on my end were saying that it was audible in your stream, but not in my stream.
Was it something that like played in one of the many tabs that I have? Because
I don't know. I heard it too, though.
okay.
I'm not. Yeah, I heard it as well.
What is that?
Oh, it sounds like a shitty microphone something or other. It sounds like
Yeah,
a
I
little.
thought someone at XLR was like XLR and something to us. Like I thought when you guys pressed a button that did that.
No, not me. Super weird. Maybe Discord crossed to stream, like the operator who plugs the cable into the different Discord channels accidentally plugged us into like a rage match in some Call of Duty game, you know?
That's
Weird
so
that you
weird.
and I heard it, but Bob didn't.
It's very
I
strange.
know, that's
It's
the
very
most
strange.
concerning part to me.
Yeah, that's very strange.
You guys were like, "What was that sound? Whoa! I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear nothing."
Well, it sounded exactly like that to me too.
Yeah.
Weird.
Very strange. Anyway, consider making a donation. We're at $13,235. Our goal is $20,000, which is totally achievable with your help. Also, I have some articles that I've been sitting on and I want to talk about for a while.
All right, we can keep talking. Yeah, I mean, at some point we transition to the game, but honestly, we can.
I just wanted to get through real quick because they're great. And
Do it.
Okay. The first one is Nick Cannon issues apology to the 5 mothers of his children. Have you heard about?
Sure.
Have you heard about Nick Cannon's rampage?
Yeah, he has like he said he was going to become
fertility.
celibate after like his 8th kid or something, right?
This man is unstoppable. Like he has 8 kids with 5 different mothers. He like had a baby shower for one just as another one was born. Like he is unstoppable, this man. He's going to be the Genghis Khan of fathers in a few generations.
Good God.
In the future, everyone's DNA will be able to be traced back to Nick Cannon.
He was the Nickelodeon guy, right?
Yeah. And it's just like it's the 41-year-old dad acknowledged he quote unquote failed earlier this week when he shared the news that he was expecting his 8th child.
God dang, dude.
Yeah.
Has he learned how that happens yet? Or
I don't think anyone's told him.
He's he's just like, I keep getting them pregnant. I don't know, man.
I think it's all a big scheme by Nickelodeon. He is on there. Nick is made for kids, and they're having him make kids, so that way there's always viewers for Nickelodeon.
He's not on Nickelodeon anymore.
Yeah, no, his main gig is like hosting what he hosts America's Got Talent.
No,
I think.
it's that Masked Singer. Doesn't he do that one?
Does he? I thought that was hosted by, or no, that's Ken Jeong is a judge on that one.
Yeah.
But he hosts the other one, the lip syncing one that's like a spin-off of the, I don't know. He's not on Nickelodeon anymore, that's for sure.
Hasn't been for a while. Yeah. All of your Nickelodeon data is very out of date, Wade.
We're gonna have to bring up that chart of spending because he's gonna have to like get a third job in order to pay off these child support bills. You might have to pay like $120 for health insurance.
Yeah. I like it's one thing, like, okay, diving into someone's personal life is like, you know, it's one thing, and I don't want to go too deep, but it's just like the fact that he has to make it a
Got him.
he
Calm down. Calm down.
The fact that he's making a public apology, it's just so strange, because the quote, what he's apologizing for is like, I misspoke and probably went into too much detail on Monday expressing my feelings, and it felt like I was making some comparatives when talking about the passing of my son Zen, and then also talking about the new child that I'm expecting. It's like, I didn't need to do that because they're two completely separate moments of their life. They both deserve respect. And it's just like, I get that, and I understand that, and that is like someone's private life. But also, holy shit. Like, they're like, it's just like, I don't get how you don't understand that. Anyway.
I don't either, but while your chat's shaking and crying, he was shaking and baking, you know?
Got him, I guess. Wade's just out here trying to roast, ignoring all the
I just like sex jokes, guys. Give me a
personal
break.
drama.
Yeah, apparently. Anyway, that was one. The other article I have here is suspect in Las Vegas crash said ghost of NASCAR driver told him to drive the wrong way. And you know what? I'm bringing this up because I believe him.
Which NASCAR driver?
That's a good question. Let's see if it's specified in the article.
What was the Gordon Jeffries? Jeff Gordon.
Gordon Jeffries, famous NASCAR driver. Gordon Jeffries.
Gordon, I knew it wasn't Gordon Ramsay, but all I could think of was Gordon Ramsay. He's
Yeah.
definitely not NASCAR.
Okay. In court hearing Tuesday, his name is Asif, Asseff, Asf, told the judge that the ghost of Dale Earnhardt told him to drive the wrong way on the freeway in order to get the mayor's attention and bring NASCAR back to Las Vegas. And to be honest, how can we prove this didn't occur?
And then
You know what I
judge
mean?
said as if, and then sentence him to prison.
God, you are on fire.
God,
Thank you. I'll be here for as long as you guys don't ban me from the Discord.
I don't know if it helps or hurts his claim of the Dale Earnhardt ghost that it apparently he had heroin and meth in his system at the time of the crash.
And the wait. No, I'm not going to
And heroin, meth, and the ghost of Dale Earnhardt.
in his blood.
The perfect trio.
Yeah. What if? Okay.
I don't know, man. I don't know if that's gonna work.
Hang
I'm
on,
not sure.
I gotta look up something because I gotta look up. How did Dale Earnhardt die?
Didn't he die in a NASCAR accident?
Probably.
Maybe he misheard
Earnhardt-
what Dale Earnhardt was saying because Nick Cannon was fucking in his back seat.
Okay. All right.
Crossover. I like it.
Thank you.
Great. Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
Dale Earnhardt had a horrible crash like back in the 90s.
Right. So he
2001, but it's okay.
crashed. Gotcha. Okay.
Late 90s. 2001's basically late 90s.
2001 is basically 1997.
I
What are
even-
numbers?
I didn't even know NASCAR wasn't in Las Vegas, and I don't know why they would bring it back or to
But
there.
the
in
Las
first-
Vegas Motor Speedway. I
Is that a
assume.
thing?
All I know is
I
about
think so.
the Indianapolis 500 or whatever. And there's horses in Kentucky. I don't know if that's NASCAR related, but there's horses
That
down
is.
there.
It is NASCAR related. The A stands for horses.
It's silent. It's a silent A. Horses. Oh, horses.
Oh yeah, Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Look at that. That is a thing that exists. Good for that, I guess.
Yep.
All right.
That the I don't know which one side of my brain is like, yeah, well, that's not going to work as a defense, but the other side of my brain is like, what if that does work?
What if it does work?
What if he sits on the stand and just talks, and everyone in the courtroom is like, holy shit, he did hear from Dale Earnhardt. Whatever he just said convinced me beyond a doubt. This man convenes with the ghost of Dale Earnhardt, and Dale really did him dirty. We should bring Dale in here.
Hey,
I
Dale
got
has
you?
to have a good
Really?
reason for not liking this guy who was apparently on a drug cocktail while driving on the wrong side of the road. Can't imagine what's dislikable about him.
Seems cool. Does a lot of drugs, so that's great.
Yeah.
We should give him 2 licenses.
Did you have more articles, Mark, or were those?
I have a few more, but also it's just like, it's one of those things where it starts to get into iffy talk territory, because the next one I have, I'll let you be the judge.
Okay.
I think it's just funny to like conceptually think about this, and also kind of sad. It's the one, Iowa Republicans call for teachers to be monitored by cameras. And I just think that's just such a fascinating through thread to a solution that doesn't make any sense. You know, the ends being watching what your kids are being taught in school, and yet just from a conceptual level, let's say it did happen and you put this elaborate security system that allows any parent from anywhere in the world to view a live stream of that classroom. You buy the cameras for it, the streaming equipment, the infrastructure to do it. All of this money going into simply watching these teachers quit right there on the job, because that's all that would happen. All this work to watch them literally give a middle finger to the camera and then walk off. Like, I guess that would be interesting.
Is this a sincere thing that's
I
happening?
don't know.
Schools need funding. Well, I've got an idea. What if we fund spying on the schools instead of buying them books?
We put
We
some of
can't-
this military tech that we've put a lot of money into. We pay for it with more money and put it in the schools.
Is schools come to the state legislature like, look, we need more state funding for food for the kids. The kids are eating terrible, unnutritious meals. We can only afford so, and they're like, we don't have money for that. Some crazy ass state senator is like, we need cameras. We need $80 million for school cameras, and everyone is like, ooh, military grade cameras. Ooh, yeah. God, that is just the most dystopian shit I have heard today.
Yeah, that's pretty dystopian. And it's just like, what is the means? And I know what the means is, like, we want to make sure they're teaching them the right things. It's like, did you pass school? Do you know the right things? Do you know anything? Like, I don't know. It's just so strange. And plus, with all the online schools, you could just look over their shoulder, I guess. You know? Because they're on
They need more parents hovering over their stuff of their kids, making sure that they're doing their homework properly.
So I'm not an expert on this, and so this is just like a totally uninformed opinion, basically, generally uninformed. But you know what terrifies me about our country and what's allowed to happen in our country? Yeah. Kids have to go to school, right? Like if you have a child of school age, they're supposed to be in school. Mm-hmm. But you're allowed to homeschool your kids with no check on that or anything. You can just be like, I'm gonna teach them at home. Mm-hmm. What if you're an idiot or a psychopath? Like, there's not even like a thing of like, all right, well, you have to, if you want to teach your kid the 7th grade, you have to pass these 7th grade tests to prove that you can comprehend what you're supposed to be teaching your child at home.
That's a great
There's nothing like that. There's all these people who are just like, I don't want them teaching my kids racist theory at school. I'll teach it myself. You're not qualified to do that. Don't do that. You're not, like, God, I don't even want the responsibility. I think I am a smart person. I'm like an intelligent enough. I totally could teach up to a certain level. I think I could do, not that I would want to, because I don't have that in me. It takes a lot of specific skills and desires in the world to want to be a teacher. But I don't think I should be left in charge of that even for my own kids. They should talk to someone else about that shit. I got my own biases. I got my own blind spots of things that I think I know that I have no idea about, or huge gaps. And I don't want to be responsible for that. That is a whole ass job that I don't need to do.
Yeah.
And there's people who are just allowed to do that. You know, when you meet someone in the real world who's an adult and you're like, how are you an adult? Maybe they were homeschooled. I don't know, because there are plenty of parents who homeschool their kids, and aside from the social limitations of not learning how to socialize in that setting and what that leads to, I feel like homeschool kids, that's probably a struggle, right? Learning how to socialize in a world where you grew up, where it's basically you and your parent and maybe your siblings all the time.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there are plenty of parents who are great at homeschooling. Their kids turn out to be very smart, and it works out well. But there's no way all of them do.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that percentage is, but it's terrifying.
Yeah.
How is that allowed?
I mean, it takes 5 years of education to become like even an elementary school teacher. I think it's the same requirement for any grade of teacher, right?
I don't know the details, but you have to be like licensed, basically. You have to have a degree and or a certain amount of education that maybe doesn't culminate in a degree. And then, yeah, you have to be like, you have to prove your skills and be licensed and approved by your state. I don't know. It's either your state or your county. I don't know. It's different, but yeah, there's a whole thing. There's a process, and you have to re-up that. You have to continue to prove as the years go on. Like, yeah, I'm still teaching right stuff. I'm still following the curriculum.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Someone made a comment, and it's the educational system is set up to make workers, not smart people. And I say that's a conclusion you could draw. I say more school in the educational system is to make sure that everyone generally, on average, has a standard level of information. Not necessarily like, it doesn't teach you how to be smart. Nothing can really teach you how to be smart. That's something you just got to figure out for yourself. Well, okay.
You can learn how to learn.
You can learn how to learn. Yeah, exactly.
You learn how to do research, and
school does not teach you how to learn. I would
you don't
agree
gain
with that.
intelligence from school. You you have the faculties you have, and some people have maybe limitations or whatever. Sure.
And some people work on those, like you can develop those as like skills of learning. But I did like to say it's set up to make workers is a bit of a paranoid way around it. And yeah, you could draw that conclusion because there is the whole tracing back of like you need people that are like the reason cursive was taught and stuff like that. You could trace back. But I think it's more about like ensuring that the standard population, the average level of like competency across the board is to a certain degree, and I think like that is generally what you could boil education down to.
I mean, the idea in our country, I think this is again talking out my ass a little bit, but it comes the idea of a free public education comes from an idea that if we're going to be a democracy, the electorate needs to have a certain level of civic understanding and general understanding of the world, right?
Yeah.
If we want the people to vote, the point of our form of government as it was created is that we want to trust that everyone will vote, and they will vote in an informed way for what they think is the most important candidates to represent the values. But to do that, you need to understand some fundamental aspects of why our government is formed the way it is, what the three branches are responsible for generally, just so you can know what am I electing, who is a senator, who is a house, a congressperson, what are these things. So like, yeah, it's not to make a worker necessarily. At least the original idea was revolving around that of, if you're going to be a voter, you should be not an idiot and understand some of these concepts, at least on a very basic level.
I think that's shifted. If you watched political advertisements, they are not geared toward people who are intelligent.
I don't watch political advertisements.
How could you avoid them during election years everywhere you go? It's just that election sucks, so they want to take away your freedoms. They want to make you pay money.
Ads.
I don't watch anything that has ads on it if I can help it. I don't watch ads on YouTube. I don't watch regular TV and if I do, it's like recorded and I fast forward. I never watch an ad in my life anymore because
literally when Tyler was over and we watched a football game, I watched more ads in that game than I've seen like in the entire year prior. Because I got YouTube Premium, I got Twitch Prime, like I've got all these different things. Like I make sure I don't see ads because I just don't want to.
With the Olympics, The Olympics just started 2 days ago or whatever. I watch more ads with the Olympics than I do anything else because it's hard to catch. When you're fast forwarding a show, you can tell it's a hard cut between the. But the Olympics is kind of like it's mixed coverage of the studio or it's the event or whatever. So we actually do watch some ads when we watch that, but generally, hey, Winter Olympics. You guys watching the Winter Olympics? It's in China. I feel like it was just in China the other day, but it's back in China.
I have not.
One of my favorite events is in the Winter Olympics, the biathlon.
Is that a cryptid?
When it snows outside, two things spring to mind without question: guns and skis.
You're not gonna quiz me on any of this with all my sports knowledge for my new sports podcast, Go My Favorite Sports Team?
I can't believe you took that Brian Regan joke and inexorably connected it to a podcast. Now that's what I use that joke all the time.
Podcast.
Yep.
Biathlon's good. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, teachers. Yeah, don't put cameras in classrooms. That's stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, and another controversial article, I guess we can either skip this one or talk about this one. But
controversial.
Pro-life, pro-choice. Where do you stand, guys? You want to talk about abortion?
We should talk about our stance on the death penalty. You guys like the death penalty?
Oh, okay.
Death penalty for minors. How about that? A 16-and-a-half-year-old commits a murder. How quickly can we put? Okay, this again. Any other articles, Mark? Do they continue to escalate in controversy, or do you have a lighthearted one in there?
Lighthearted? And those were lighthearted. What are you talking about? What's controversial about what
No, you're right. You're right. I'm sorry.
What? Wait, you got a counterpoint to why
about abortion on a charity stream?
You pro cameras in classrooms? Is that what you're saying?
Someone is. If there's one person who is, then I am not even remotely shocked anymore because that's not possible.
Are you pro tradition or pro electronics?
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
I don't know. It just sounds controversial, and I liked it. So,
are you pro internet? Are you pro social medias? Because if you are, you should hang out.
Wait, here's a comment that came up that I know they didn't mean to write it this way, but the way they wrote it, I'll read it to you. The new cancer discovery is good.
Oh no! Oh, great God!
Yeah. Like I get what you're trying to say, but you sound real pro cancer there, huh?
Yeah, in the fight against cancer, it sounds like they're on the side of cancer.
Cancer definitely helps keep our doctors employed and making lots of money. Thank you, cancer.
That would be that's just like the most nefarious. What if there's secret pharma labs where like they have the labs where they're doing the research trying to discover new drugs, but then they have a lab of guys who just like, I think I found a new form of cancer we can develop a drug for. We gotta get this out. We gotta find cases, get this out there. This is gonna be great for us. This is an extremely lucrative form of cancer.
Doctors love it. Click to find out why.
Doctors love this form of cancer. Cancer hates this pill. Click to find out why.
Wait,
the cancer she doesn't want you to know about.
I got another one, guys. It's really happy and gonna make you smile.
Great.
Threats from QAnon conspiracists force butterfly sanctuary to close.
What? Threats against the butterfly sanctuary?
Butterfly. I understand what they're going for.
What? Some QAnon person watched the Ashton Kutcher movie and then started threatening this one butterfly.
A butterfly's wings can throw their plans askew.
I never understood why you would want to breed hundreds and hundreds of butterflies, but I see it now.
My God, I'm shaking and crying right now at this.
I went to cast my vote in the last election. There were butterflies everywhere. You're changing everything.
Yeah. What in God's flat earth are those butterflies doing over there? Got my seismograph.
What is QAnon? Is that like?
Oh no! God, don't even.
No. If you don't know what it is, we're not getting into that.
Yeah, you shut up. You shut up.
I would say that the most succinct way I'm going to explain it without wanting to talk about it a single second more is that it's a bunch of conspiracy theory bullshit.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'll boil it down even worse. It's a 4chan joke gone wrong. That's literally what it is.
Yeah.
What is
Yeah.
is that like a Reddit?
Oh my god. Boo! Boo!
I'm sorry.
Are you anti-internet? Get out of
Is
here!
that like a Tumblr?
Boo!
I'm sorry.
Get out of you, old
I'm
man.
sorry. Guys, I used to ask Jeeves and it couldn't tell me what it was either.
What does Ask Jeeves?
Is
What's
that
Ask
still
Jeeves up to
exist?
these days? Oh, it's just ask.com. I don't like seeing
ask, right.
I don't like
okay.
seeing-
Who's that fucking guy I asked?
this. I don't know, Jeeves.
Jeeves, I guess. I don't know.
Oh,
Anyway, that poor butterfly thing.
Yeah, god dang.
at least they'll quit affecting us with an E.
Thank you. Thank you for using the right version of that word.
You're welcome. I made sure not to, just for you.
And that's all I got. That's all the news for today. That's
That's
wait.
all the
Nope.
news.
So the market cap
Nope.
is.
What is that?
So the market
What
cap.
is- Stop. What the hell was that?
I went searching.
Nope. Nope. I had one that was like a closer, like a I don't know. It's gone.
Go ahead, keep pressing buttons, you'll find it.
You get there, man.
I only have so many buttons.
Oh, you got different banks,
So-
so you gotta
so
go A,
the
B, and
market-
C. You
so
gotta try
the
it.
market cap
What the?
is.
What the?
Market cap.
Shut up! Shut up! What is that?
So
I don't know what this is.
So the market.
It won't. There's no stop on it. It's just. What is this? Stop!
The market cap is.
I'm trying to press the clear button. It's not even clearing it out. Stop! Doesn't matter what else I push. It's not. I'm trying to delete it or clear it or whatever it is. It's not stopping. What are you? Hang on. What? Hang on. B, top left, play, stop.
So
Okay, here's the crazy thing about that. That button, if I go in my Go XLR, there's no sample for that one.
God.
There's no sample. No, there's no sample.
waiting for the button to press.
It's no sample. There's nothing in my bank for that. There's there's none. What is that?
Oh God.
Oh, we are shaking and crying right now.
Oh, I know what that is.
Right now, guys.
Hang on, wait. I know what that is.
$1.68 trillion. And now the market. Oh! Ow! It went to zero!
Scream.
That's the scream. That's the scream. So it was me. That's crazy. 'Cause then my Go XLR is on the fritz because that is not in the bank. That must have just randomly blasted out for some reason.
What the fuck?
That's it. It was me the whole time.
That's my joke, but
What?
okay.
Oh,
Oh,
my
man.
God. How is that happening? I don't understand.
I have no idea. It's
So,
like
so the market cap.
So the market cap. Jesus Christ.
anyway. That's all the news for
God.
today.
Okay.
Ba-da-dum, ba-dun-dun. Bam. I don't have a stinger.
So we're raising money
So-
for the market cap. So we're raising money for the Winwoods Educational Foundation. You should donate. Check out the donate link. It's like down beneath the stream, or it's maybe there's a command, probably like !donate or charity or who knows. You should donate though.
Wasn't
great-
Mark's bullshit at least worth $1 of your time toward this great cause?
You need to donate because my stomach hurts. I feel like I might throw up from that. That's a lot of laughing all at once, Mark.
If you're shaking and
sorry.
crying right now,
I-
donate a couple dollars toward this great cause.
Shaking and crying right now,
We
bro.
are shaking and crying right now. Hey, listen, this is a good cause. It's tangible help, helping people get education, doing a great service. I am going to donate again. If you guys would like to join me, feel free.
How often can you say you donated with Markiplier to
I'm
save
ta-
a school
I'm talking to
or
you
to help a
guys.
school
I'm talking to you
To-
guys.
to save the world?
Hey, Mandy had our back on the first one. Technically, she donated $1,001. So
I gotcha. Okay, all right. I see. Okay, all right. I get you.
So
You okay, Bob?
that hurt. I hurt, man. God.
that's how I laughed during the last Distractable recording. I laughed. The same.
Legitimately,
good.
yeah.
Hooray!
Just
Yay.
as painful.
I couldn't hear it because of the never-ending sadness inside of me.
It's very good. I mean, when that episode comes
man.
out, we also do have to record more Distractable, but I will be here Tuesday, so we should be able to record more.
I think we have some new merch on the works over there too.
We do. Oh yeah, I gotta send you guys. Did I send you guys the link? I sent you guys the link. I think we should do the tie-dye one. Without giving too much away, I think we should do that one because it looks dope. But
We'll have to check the market cap.
make sure you donate to increase the market cap, chat.
There we go. We've gone up $600. Way to go. Keep it up.
Thank you for donating again as well, Mark.
You're welcome, of course.
Big
Happy to
appreciate.
help. Just like everyone here is happy to help, and we're actually quite close to the goal. If you do the math, we're less than $4,500 away from this goal. In my stream, there's 16,600 people here. That's
if
a
everyone
collective.
donated $1, we're like almost double it in a
Less,
moment.
if people just donated a quarter,
That's
that
true.
would get us to the goal. We're very close. Why not $1?
Math.
Hey, just $1. Just $1. Doesn't need to be anything more than $1. If you haven't donated the stream yet, give it a chance right now. There's a link being posted in the chat. Goes to Tiltify. We don't get any of it. We get nothing of it. I've donated to the cause myself. Take the time to do it now. It's a great cause. You'll help out. People get education in the Winton Woods Educational Foundation, and you'll feel good because it's just $1. Find some change in the couch.
If you were gonna add cheese to a takeout meal, just don't add cheese this week, and then there you go. There's your $1. Found it.
Just
Boom.
$1. Just $1.
If you were gonna get like a McChicken, don't eat instead. Just forego an entire. No, you probably shouldn't forego meals. If you were gonna get four McChickens for a meal, just get 3 McChickens. Trust me, I've been there. It's enough.
I don't think a McChicken is $1 anymore.
That's a California thing. I think in the normal middle of the country areas, it's still pretty cheap. Maybe it's not $1.
If
but
you were gonna get a McFlurry, the machine's gonna be broken anyway. Might as well spend your $1 here.
McFlurry's like $3.
Well, then spend your $3
then
here.
you only have to donate one of your $3. And you got $2 left. You could go buy some candy bars or something. And the candy bar machine ain't never broke. Not
That's
like that
true.
scam McDonald's stuff.
Let's see.
By the way, today's episode is sponsored by McDonald's.
it is not. We wish it
Oh.
was, but it's not, because today's episode is not sponsored at all. Hey, look at this. There's so many people giving $1. Are you guys seeing
Look at
this?
these dollars.
Look
yeah,
at these
look at that.
dollars.
Oh
Look
my
at
God,
these
I'm
dollars.
watching the ticker go.
Oh.
That's
Ooh,
really
it's going.
good to watch.
Now that's good. Thank you for taking the time to do that. There's still a chance. If you're on the fence, it's just $1. It's just
It is.
just $1.
There's a
Just
$2.
$1.
There's a $5.
$5. That's too much.
There's a $2. It's double. $1.
Oh, apparently
$1
it's
is pretty good.
$1.29. Apparently a McChicken is $1.29.
Oh man,
the
the
dollar
times
menu-
we live in.
From any fast food place, a dollar menu on anyone, that got me through college. That legitimately, a McDouble, McChicken, the junior, what is it, Wendy's, the junior
Junior Bacon Cheeseburger.
Junior Bacon
JBC,
cheeseburger.
baby.
Yeah, that one. There was one at Burger King, but I didn't like it. It was not very good. There was fish tacos at Long John Silver's were $1 for a while there. That was really good. Anyway, just $1. $1.
We legitimately just went up like $1,500 from $1 donation.
That's all it takes.
It's
That's
true.
all it is. All it
It's
takes
true.
is you guys taking the time to do it. You know, they take PayPal, you know, Apple Pay, I'm sure some Google Pay thing, whatever they got, whatever you got, just $1. We're not asking for anything more than $1. Just one. And we're already almost at, whoa, my God, 18,409. So close.
Wow,
to the
wow,
goal.
really?
We were
Yeah.
at 14.6 before we started talking about this.
Yeah, what just happened?
Mm-hmm.
A whole bunch of money just went up all at once.
Look at this.
Was there a big one we missed?
I don't know. We might have, but this is
I
the
can't
power
tell
of
because
dollars.
there's so many $1. It's hard to keep up.
I think it's mostly just people donating $1 at a time, and that's really what it can do. That's all it takes. Just $1. There are some people that are donating more, and we're very grateful for that. And thank you very much. You're covering people that can't even give $1, and we understand that there are some people that can't even give $1, and we get it. But it's a good cause. We're almost to the goal. Look at that. Look at that, guys.
Look at it go.
Look at it
My
go.
computer cannot keep up with what's happening.
Oh, that's pretty impressive.
It's trying to load, and it's all.
I just am amazed at watching this. Just that single digit, the way it's flying around is insane to keep up with. It's
Thank you.
beautiful.
Thank you very much, everyone.
We're now
Thank
over
you so much.
$19,000. We're under $1,000, under $900, under $800 to the goal.
About to hit goal.
This is what it means. Thank
It
you.
is absolutely cruising right now.
I'm looking at, I don't know why, but I'm looking at McDonald's dollar menu, and I think the only thing is like what they call a sausage McMuffin, which is just so sad without the egg, and I'm just like,
Oh, whoa! I like a sausage McMuffin.
It's
Who needs
got
egg?
the egg.
Biscuit,
It's
man. I
got
like
the
the biscuit.
egg.
No, you just eat sausage and cheese. Egg is for nerds.
Eggs, well, there's so much nutrition in an egg. What are you talking about?
Nah, eggs are for nerds. We're at exactly $19,800.01 right now. Okay, well that's okay. Well, someone just finished the goal.
Hey.
Wow.
Damn. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. Thank you, everyone.
Wow.
Holy moly. See, everyone's always like, people come in and like, whenever I'm just streaming normally and someone like, I don't know, they'll cheer like $1 or something, they'll cheer like 100 bits. I'm like, man, I'm sorry, I can't give more. And it's like, no. Honestly, every little bit makes a huge difference. One person donating like $500 is amazing, but y'all just donated over $5,000 in like 3 minutes, $1 at a time. That's the power of a community.
That's really good.
It is. It's fantastic.
Okay, you have to admit the sausage biscuit is sad. It's not even cheese.
No, it's good. I like the
just-
sausage
it's-
biscuit.
I
Well,
like
you
it.
like
It's
burgers
tasty.
plain. You're weird.
I
Oh
like
no,
cheese
I'm
my
on Wade's
burgers,
team.
first of all.
Just
Oh, well.
biscuit and a
I like the sausage and cheese McMuffin as
Listen.
well, but I also like the sausage biscuit sometimes.
listen. Egg,
Both good.
egg's one of the most healthy thing because it's a complete protein source. I'm not saying
Uh-huh.
meat's not, but who
Baby
knows how
chicken that you're
processed
eating
that.
raw, like undeveloped.
It's a
whole
sack
baby.
of. No, it's not.
It's a whole
It,
baby.
it
you're
ain't
eating.
fertilized, Wade. If you're eating fertilized eggs, you're doing something
Oh, it's
really wrong.
fertilized before I eat it.
Nick Cannon got to it.
In fact, my one egg turned into 4 right in front of me.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Nick Cannon's gonna have to issue an apology to chickens everywhere for that one. Oh jeez.
Well, congratulations, Bob, on getting the goal.
Yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Good work, gentlemen.
Yes, well done, well done.
All right, well, now we can leave, right? Now we're
Wait,
done.
you know what? There was another poll. Gosh darn it.
There was another.
I'm
poll.
an idiot. I was gonna open a poll to people could vote on who wins because we do that on Distractable now, where someone wins the broadcast.
Who's the host?
Ah, gosh
Okay,
darn it.
you
Well,
can- you can-
we can all win. We're
Make
all
it no. Make a
capable of
straw
winning.
poll. Make a straw poll.
Yeah, I want to
Straw
lose
poll?
again, just like I do on the
Yeah.
subreddit.
All right, now everyone, as Bob's making this poll, really think. You got to have your own point system. Don't copy anyone else's. Your criteria for who got the most points throughout it. I know all of you were keeping track through the whole show. You were writing down who exactly the moments, when, where, and what happened. Now think of it very clearly. Who contributed the best stories? Who told the funniest jokes? Who was the most handsome? Any criteria.
Who's the only one not streaming this?
Wow.
I thought you were streaming
Yeah.
it.
He ain't.
No, I promoted it and had everyone going Bob's way today.
He ain't even there. All right, there you go, lads. A link.
All right, I'm
A
gonna.
link in the Discord.
Okay, straw poll coming in, hot and heavy.
All right. Well, I looked at the results, and so far, I see 1 vote. It was my vote. Oh, there we go.
Isn't there a way to pin things to the top of Twitch when I chat? I think YouTube. has that
Probably.
function. Can
I
pin
can
it?
do that on Facebook.
Isn't there a way to pin things?
Oh, I could do that on Facebook when my chat doesn't break.
I'm saying.
Mods, did it
Guys,
work?
Please
There we
stop
go.
voting for me. I don't deserve to win. I'm not even streaming. I'm in the top 3 right now. That's crazy.
That's so crazy, dude. Well, I voted for myself, so that's pretty good.
No, I voted for you, Bob.
Well, there's
Okay, I'm
only
looking.
only like 1,500 votes right now. Well, that's bad math. So 1,800.
Oh
That's
God!
it shows
you
you.
went to strawpoll.com.
I don't know. What is there a different one? What's the other one?
Oh, I think it's strawpoll.me.
Who
Oh,
cares?
Strawpoll.gov.
Oh, this guy with strawpoll.com over here.
I'm
I
sorry.
changed my vote after.
Is
seeing
it not working? Is it not functioning? I'm sorry.
This guy here. This guy.
Listen. Shut up.
Okay, thank you. Sorry.
I'm trying to vote for my alternate accounts, and it's saying I already voted. I don't like this .com. It seems more legit than usual.
You're just mad because you're losing.
What? No, I'm winning. It's golf rules.
VPN users can't vote. That's too bad.
That's what you get for.
Guess you
hacking the
shouldn't have
internet.
secret internets then, huh?
Mm-hmm. You tell them.
You better share your porn with the rest of the world.
All right, how long?
Wait,
are
I
gonna
thought you
let this
said you
go?
were winning. I don't know.
No, he said he was top 3.
Oh, okay. It's not really tightening up. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh no, it's so
Seems like everyone's in agreement. Wait, do you want to announce the winner?
Bob.
Did you say it? It didn't come through on my end.
Bob.
Oh, okay. Wow. Ah, unbelievable. Mark, how do you feel about that?
I feel it was fair. I got nothing to say. I tried my best. Sometimes it goes your way, sometimes it don't, and I think just
You
today it
guys
didn't go my
might
way.
have the majority going your two's way, but I just want you to know, of the 3 of us, I got less than 18% of the vote. And feels good, man. Feels good. Yeah, there's a poll on the subreddit about which of us is the funniest, and I'm in last place on that too. But like 5 people underneath the poll responded. They're all like, "No, come on, wait, go give Wade a chance." So all 5 people that voted for me also typed comments to defend my hilarious.
You may not have the most supporters, but you have the most vehement supporters.
I do. I have the most vocal people that are wrong on my side.
Well, I
right,
guess
well.
we're about at 4 hours, huh?
Yeah. Self-esteem is at an all-time high. Let's do this. What's next?
Listen,
Who's the baldest? Can we do a poll for that?
I mean, we could. I don't feel like that's an opinion-based one. I think that's really more of a, photographical evidence type question.
Wait, what did you ask? What was it?
Who's the baldest?
Ah.
It's not like I need to win anything, guys. I don't care about winning. It's not about who wins. It's about who comes in first,
Right.
That's fair.
Yeah, so
I
congratulations,
I
Bob.
respect that.
Bob, well done.
Well,
well
you know
won.
what? You know what? You know who the real winner is today?
Winton Woods?
Kids. I mean, yeah, sort of specifically students in the Winton Woods City Schools District. But like in general, kids. Chat, I hope that you had fun today, but I also hope that you concern yourself with the state of education in this country. I hope that if you donated, that's fantastic. Thank you for the support. But I hope if you have kids who are in school, you get involved. I know everyone's busy, and I'm sure you may not even have time, an extra minute to do that. But anything you can do, volunteering, offering support to a teacher, even just like volunteering to go on field trips, anything. Teachers are scrambling to get every last grant dollar, extra outside funding, ways to get resources and supplies. Teachers are scratching and scrambling and fighting to get every little bit of resource they can get because their job is really important. But no one treats it like it is, especially not the people who decide how much money they get. So things like this exist around the nation. I know this existed in my district. I'm sure it exists in your student's district or in your community. Just do what you can. Get involved. Help improve education, because Lord knows we could use some more well-rounded, smart, thoughtful people in the world, and good education is a huge part of that. So, thank you for watching, donating. I don't know if you guys have any final statements or anything.
No, you said it well. Yeah, just be involved with your communities. The world that goes on around you keeps going, so why not be a part of it and steer it a little bit?
What they said, only slightly better.
Okay, damn, he's so good with words.
Wow, I can't believe you just outshine Mark like that so casually.
I didn't mean to. It's just whenever I open my mouth, gold records pop out,
I get it, man. I get it. I wish I got it.
All right, well, shall we, how does this end? How do you end a stream?
I think we shake and cry.
Shake it.
Right
I don't
now.
want to get TOS'd. I don't want to get banned. Okay, I can't. I'm not big enough that helps me. I'm small enough that getting banned from my platform hurts me still. So I'm not in for that. You guys do it. Well, you're not even streaming, Wade. You don't care. You just go eat your Wendy's or whatever you got waiting for you.
No, but it turns out I still got DMCA'd for this somehow. I don't know what happened.
But I have to say thanks to Mark and Wade. I instigated this. I asked you guys to do this, and I appreciate you showing up. This is really a cause that I picked, and obviously, like I said, my father-in-law and my mother-in-law worked for this district for a long time, and so I have a connection to the district, and you guys don't, but you showed up anyway because you're good friends. So thanks so much for doing this with me, and donating generously and supporting a great cause.
Anytime.
Oh, it was fun. Yeah, it was great. Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Thanks for putting this together.
Absolutely. Well, I guess that's it.
Thanks for helping my sister's school, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently.
That was the real secret. It's all a sham. Wade was like, "Hey, you funnel, can you launder some money into my sister's classroom for me?" It's just big. No. I'm gonna end my stream then and raid somebody.
Great. I'm gonna go live. Thanks, guys.
Have a great afternoon or evening, everybody.
All right, you too.
Bye.
Toodles.
Bye. Hey, listen. I was supposed to do a promotion for the podcast that I have. Not Distractable. I have another one. I was talking about it. Well, I wasn't actually joking about that. I literally was supposed to do like a promotion for it. And it's in the works. Tyler and I, we filmed something. If you didn't know, Tyler and I, we have a new podcast called Go My Favorite Sports Team. Link is not in the description anywhere, but it exists, right? Okay, cool. I didn't have something ready because I was wandering in the woods, filming the cloak thing, and so I didn't get around to it. That came out on Thursday. New episodes on Thursdays. So, I don't know. You're going to have to Google it because I don't have a link for it. It's called Go My Favorite Sports Team. Available on Spotify and other places. So, it exists. Tyler is very mad at me. I told him that I was going to, like, the day the episode came out, I talked about it before it came out, and I was, like, leading up to it, and I was just all like, oh, yeah, 100%. I'm going to be ready on the day. And then the day came, and I wasn't ready. So, but I'm getting to it because yesterday we recorded something together for a video, and I haven't edited it yet, but it's because I was here. See, okay, so it's not that I forgot. I was busy, right? I was busy doing other things, right? It's really good podcast. See, it's not for people that like sports, except kinda. It's for people like me who don't like sports. So it's Tyler who knows sports really well, explaining sports to me who does not know sports very well. And it's the few areas where I'm very stupid. I'm normally a smart guy, I'm normally pretty clever and smart. I don't know sports at all. So I'm pretty dumb when it comes to sports. Anyway, we're not making fun of sports at all. It's not like a oh ha ha sport ball. I'm really trying, but my brain just don't get it. So if that sounds like the conversation for you, you want to try this podcast because you're going to learn at the same rate that I do. If you don't know sports at all like me, you are basically me. I will have a better promo at a later date. You're going to have to Google it. Go. My favorite sports. There. Look, my mods. They're better than me. I don't know what I'm doing most of the time that I'm doing anything, guys. I literally don't know anything about nothing. And so me not knowing nothing about anything means that I sometimes get behind smorts. Yeah. Tweet at Tyler that you definitely checked out the podcast and it was so good. That would help. That would go a long way. If you can just tweet at Tyler that you definitely listened to the podcast and it was so good. That would go a long way. Stop tweet before that last bit. You don't put more in the tweet after that. It's, I definitely listened to the podcast and it was so good. Stop. End. That's it. That's all. Done. Okay? If he is convinced that I definitely promoted it, he won't be mad at me. Okay? And I don't want him mad at me. Okay? Cool. Just tweet at him. You definitely, all caps, listened to the podcast and it was so good. End. Stop. Done. Okay? Cool. Great. Cool. I'm going to go now. Have a good day. I'm good at being an internet person.